What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Bert's Corner, the show where it's my third YouTube channel where I pretty much get to just do whatever I want to it. If I feel like doing something other than the horror genre or a watch party over on Chills and Thrills, I just come here and hang out. And what better way to hang out than WrestleMania week if you're a WWE fan or even a wrestling fan? If you're AEW fan, maybe you can leave. Nah, I'm just kidding. You can stay if you want to. You can stay if you want to. But I am the Brett Man, and I am just joined by some of my good friends within the wrestling community. To my right, it is Cody Snyder. To my bottom here, it is Mark from Talking Shit. And then below Cody there, it is Bryce Tucker. So I'll just go around the table real quick. Let y'all introduce yourself, and let's do it this way. Introduce yourself and say what who your favorite wrestler is of all time, just so that the newer fans of Bert's Corner get to know you all individually. So, Cody Snyder, we will start you first. Just introduce yourself and who's your favorite wrestler of all time.
I'm Cody, and I'm sitting in the middle of the desert in Vegas right now, but it's close. It'd be Shawn or Punk. It's Shawn Michaels or CM Punk.
Very good choices right there. I love it. Mark, what kind of shit you want to talk about?
I'm Mark. I'm from Talking Shit podcast, and my favorite. See that's a hard part because I have too many of them, but probably because I grew up with them, would probably be Hulk Hogan.
Okay, that's very good. Which I'm sure you're excited for. A certain documentary coming out tomorrow on Netflix.
Yeah, I forgot it was coming out tomorrow. I thought it was out next week.
No, it is coming out tomorrow. Hulk Hogan's last documentary where they interviewed him for the last time before his unfortunate passing. So I know what you'll be doing tomorrow.
No, I got to take my mom for a procedure.
Okay.
Well, all the best.
Oh, absolutely.
All the best. Prayers.
So, all right, let's see here. And Bryce, what about you? Introduce yourself and who's your favorite wrestler of all time?
All right, I am Bryce Tucker. I am I guess you say a Facebook comedian, depending on how you look at it, / internet personality. I don't know if this is my first time on your show. I know we do these on different shows. I really do someone talking shit. So if this is my first time on your show, I'm honored to be on it. If it's not my first time, you know,
I believe it is.
Yep. Okay. Well, I'm honored to be here. And favorite wrestler of all time. It's never changed. It never will. Undertaker. My favorite of all time. Yep.
The dead man.
That I was flipping through the channels one night. I came on to wrestling. It was right in the middle of Undertaker's entrance, and that's what got me hooked on wrestling.
Was it the American Badass or the Dead Man?
It was a Dead Man. 2006 Dead Man.
Oh, good shit.
Yeah.
Dude, good shit. And oh, go ahead, Cody.
I was just gonna say his best physique, actually, probably the most impressive he ever looked was probably 2007.
Yeah.
His early 40s, because he was ripped and jacked.
When he went on his world title runs, yeah, he looked
yes,
good
sir.
those times.
No, absolutely. And then with me, just in case if you're new here, the Bert's Corner, my third YouTube channel, I am the Brett Man, and my favorite wrestler of all time is Hornswoggle. I just love his short entrances. I love his short move sets, and it's just everything about his presentation is short.
He keeps it quick.
No, yeah. Hey, maybe too quick.
Too quick.
Rowdy, lose the thing. No, for me, Bo, I'm probably going to go ahead and say CM Punk's my favorite wrestler of all time. It was Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero is a very close second because I love everything about his gimmick because it just matches his personality. But CM Punk was the one that made me stay around in the wrestling business, especially when he dropped that pipe bomb, because it was during that time where I just wanted to quit wrestling. I was like, there's not going to be anyone interesting anymore. I don't think they lost the whole aspect of the wrestling business. Now it's just like a whole big like entertainment business. And then CM Punk changed the game, and he opened the door with people like Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, and way more to that. So I owe a lot of that to CM Punk.
Yeah. every time I think of Hornswoggle, all I can think about is when JBL launched that trash can at his face.
Or WLC.
Yeah, oh, WLC.
Yeah,
Okay.
that one
God,
wasn't.
God.
I was entertained with that one.
Why was that not on the main card? That was my question. But before we get started throughout the card, because we got to talk about 13 wrestling matches in 2 nights. So we want to make sure we get plenty of time to talk about all that. Let me say hello to the chat. We got Ashton. What's going on there, Ashton? How are you doing? Which, Ashton, if you could do me a favor and share the Discord link, because after we go through all these wrestling matches, I got a pretty big announcement when it comes to the Discord link that is going to be very important for WWE fans this weekend. So if you could just share that so I can pin it into the chat, that would be greatly appreciated. We got Chester. What's going on there, Chester? How are you doing? My
So
buddy,
you don't want me to tell people what it is then?
Not yet. Not yet. You know what? Shut your face. Sorry, every time I think of freaking Patrick Stewart with freaking Drew Barrymore on that Paramount commercial. Barrymore, shut your face. So Keelan from Kill the Credits, what's going on there, man? I know you're on Sledgehammer Horror right now watching Dead Silent, but just for you to just do a quick hello, it's greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for that. We got Leanna. What's going on there, Leanna? How are you doing? Hopefully all is going well with you. Chester's favorite wrestler of all time is Stone Cold Steve Austin, which I'll be honest with you, I thought that was going to be Bryce's answer for favorite wrestler of all time, but Undertaker is a great answer.
Thank you.
Let's see here. We got Eli Cortez. What's going on there, Eli? How are you doing? Hopefully all is going well. We got the lovely Brooke. What's going on there, Brooke? How are you doing? I haven't watched since Hulk Hogan and the Macho Man. Ooh, yeah. Dig it.
That was great. That was great stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
Macho Man's up there with Punk and Shawn for me.
Oh, yeah. He's just got like a great bit. Like I would say with Macho Man, he just has a great aura and a great display of like a presenting a wrestler in front of the audience of what a wrestler is supposed to look like. Macho Man absolutely fit that bill 100%.
You don't even have to be him all the time.
You don't even have to be Yeah, I bet he does. Like, because you don't even have to be a wrestling fan to you go watch a Randy Savage. Like, go just watch a Randy Savage segment. You're going to be entertained.
Mm-hmm.
The guy was great.
And slap it to a Slim Jim. Ooh, yeah.
For the longest time,
love those commercials.
Dang it. Oh, wait a minute. I need to be over here. That's how I get to pin this comment real quick with the Discord link. Because, again, it's very important. Which, again, after we talk about the main event of the entire WrestleMania weekend, that's when I will make my announcement on it. And then Eli Cortez says, Cody, I am up to 360 on the free weight bench machine. Damn.
All right. I'm cutting, dude, so my bench has gone down. I gotta get shredded.
Well, let's freaking lift you up there, Cody, because it's freaking WrestleMania weekend, man. So I'm very excited about this. So before we go over the first night of WrestleMania, which is crazy, which I'll even ask you upon this. So it's like a double-sided question. And we'll go with Mark first. So pretty much what I'm going to do is just kind of like go around in a circle and let everybody just get a first opportunity. So Mark will be next on this one. And then Bryce will be able to open us up with the first wrestling match that will open WrestleMania weekend. So Mark, and gentlemen, listen to this question too. So Mark, what are your very first thoughts about this entirety of WrestleMania 42? And to add to it, and why did I just lost my train of... Oh, no, I got it right here. So what are your thoughts about the pretty much of WrestleMania? Just anything that comes to mind of WrestleMania 42. And what do you think about ESPN showing the first hour of WrestleMania both nights 1 and 2?
I don't think there was enough build up to most of these matches. I think that they were slapped together at the last second. I don't think that they gave plenty of thought on how it's supposed to be. Most of the time you get better build ups to all these matches, and then throwing in people where they don't need to be. I don't think that some of this stuff didn't need to be that way. Some of the matches were, I like what they're doing with them. On a few of them, I like what they're doing with them, but on other cases, no. ESPN can suck my.
You could cuss on here.
No, I'm trying to be nice.
I was like, dude, you talk shit on your channel. You can talk shit on here.
I know. I say a lot of shit on my channel. Do I agree? Come on, if you're going to put it on ESPN for the first hour only, you're going to get some people there to watch that part and won't be able to watch the rest because they can't afford the $30 that you have to pay for that crap, especially if you don't have what you need from your cable company or whatever to help cover that cost. I think it's a joke, and I'm just not a fan of $30. I liked how Peacock did it. What, $10, $12, whatever. It was more feasible to deal with, especially what's going on nowadays. Everything is very expensive.
Yeah.
Bryce, what about you? What just your thoughts about WrestleMania 42 this weekend? Anything that comes to mind? And what do you think about ESPN showing the first hour for free for both nights?
I got to piggyback a lot on what Mark said here. I think a lot of this was very rushed. I feel like I know there was a couple injuries that kind of, just off the top of my head. Let's see. Braun Breaker, obviously. Bronson Reed as well, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't he still out? Okay, so a couple injuries. I know that kind of threw a couple wrench and forced him to have to change the plans. But a couple matches really seemed forced. I don't really understand. Like Gunther and Seth. Would I love to see that match? Absolutely. Do I think they'll have a great match? Absolutely. But I don't understand. Like, there's a couple matches where there's just no storyline whatsoever. And then the ones that do have storylines, it seems like the ones that were doing well, not all of them, well, debatable, but I feel like a lot of them, they had good stories and then they went in and they overdid it or they messed it up. And then as far as showing the nights, for free, I guess that's basically, them. I think that's another way of them saying like, yeah, we're struggling to sell tickets or we're struggling to sell the show off this year. I would say this: if there was ever a time that AEW could capitalize and try to gain some ground, now would be a very perfect time. I used to always say AEW's biggest downfall was that they had great matches, but not a lot of stories. I think the WWE is kind of starting to fade into that same category. And so I'm interested to see how it goes in the future. But yeah, a lot of what Mark said hits the nail on the head. I couldn't have said it any better. I think a lot of it was forced. But I'm not saying the show won't be good. I'm not saying the talent cannot put on a good show. So I'm still going to be, I'm still looking for that. I'm still looking for the positives. I think there will be positives. I think there will be great matches. But the build is what kind of, it seems lackluster this year. Definitely one of the more lackluster builds to WrestleMania in my recent memory, I would say.
Nice. And then Cody, what about you?
Well, the same. Like, they're doing it. I don't know how it compares. I think they have a better card than last year. I mean, we'll see how it plays out. I'm still looking forward to I always look forward to the stage reveal. But yeah, the build, like they said, I mean, they're right. Like it's too it's not long-term storytelling. They haven't played it out long enough. And I think the best thing they've done as far as the build, I mean, I think a lot of people would say obviously is Oba and Brock. And the only thing they can do to mess that up is have the wrong guy go over. Oba needs to win that match. I mean, I don't mind if Brock wins. I wouldn't be surprised, but that's the only way to really screw that up. Mm-hmm. But I'm still Punk and Roman started off strong, but I mean, they've shifted back and forth with promos, you know what I mean? And then Roman not being there, that really hurts. But yeah, just it's still WrestleMania, so I'm still gonna be stoked to this is my first one live too. So.
And what about the first hour of WrestleMania being put on ESPN? Which the first night is on ESPN2, and then the second night's on ESPN.
Dude, I'm pretty indifferent to that. I haven't really I use anybody listening, just get the Surfshark VPN. It's $60 for 23 months. So that's doing the math, that's $3 a month. if not even that. And like I just use that, and I've already got my Netflix, so that's how I watch my shows. But I mean, for those like I think Mark nailed that. Like, what's the point of just show it all? Like people are they're gonna have the cutoff because they can't afford the. Yeah.
And the thing about Peacock too is with Peacock, I was cool with paying $10 a month and only using it to watch wrestling. That seemed like it was worth it.
Yeah. Same.
But now it doesn't seem like it's worth it. And I think what ESPN and WWE or TKO fail to realize is that WWE fans aren't necessarily sports fans. There is a difference.
Yeah.
There is a difference. So there is that.
And man, we had it good with the network, didn't we?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Well, I look back on it now. Oh my God, we had gold. We didn't even realize it, boys. We didn't realize it, boys. We took it for granted.
Well, because dude, they got Raw on Netflix now, but like you've got like what is it, 98 through 2001, and then it jumps up to 20. I'm like, where are these missing like 20 years at? Or I know my math's off. Where are all these missing years? Because I want to go back and watch like Punk stuff from 2013, his best year in my opinion, or I want to go watch Shawn do this in 2008. Or it's like, what do we do? Where's all this stuff at?
Go to YouTube.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
True. But to finish off with me, which I'm going to be going last on all these, just because my job as a host is to make sure these gentlemen look very good on the stream. That's my job, so I'm always going to let them go first, and I will go last. Which it's not a strategy based thing; it's just a professional host thing. With me, though, I think this. I'm going to always be excited for WrestleMania, but what happens after WrestleMania, that's a whole different telling of a story. Because I went to the worst WrestleMania of all time, WrestleMania 27. But before that, I was freaking excited. Me and Brad, we were so excited. We were like, yes, this is going to be awesome. WrestleMania, Triple H, Undertaker, even Michael Cole for him getting beaten the hell out of. Even Snooki, you know what? Maybe she can mess up in the ring. Like, we just get excited. It's just the whole thing with WrestleMania. It's just very exciting for wrestling fans. It's the Super Bowl for a reason. And I agree. The build up for WrestleMania this year, not very good. Like except for a couple of things. I think a couple of storylines really just kind of ramped up a bit these last 2 weeks, and they got a lot of traction, a lot of intrigue. But for the most part, the storytelling and the build-up not very good. But what I think is really going to make up for that is the wrestling in the ring, like the performances in the ring. I think that's where it's going to really steal the show and make this probably, I'm going to predict this maybe as it's going to be known in the future as one of the most underappreciated WrestleManias of all time for the quality of in-ring work we're going to get this weekend, if they get enough time. So let's see. We got D per 93. Welcome to Bert's Corner as we're talking WrestleMania. I normally like Pat McAfee, but not this time. He was completely unnecessary to Cody and Randy. We will save our thoughts to that when we get to that particular matchup, but I will not forget about your statement right there.
Oh, I promise we won't. We got lots to talk about that.
Yeah,
we got lots to bit about that.
Yeah. And I even heard a little birdie say that Bryce has a WrestleMania rant, which I'm looking forward to a WrestleMania rant. So towards the end of the show, we'll get to that.
Well, we covered a large majority of it just then in our build up. That covered a large majority of it. I think the biggest part of the rant was just a lackluster build this year. I feel like they dropped the ball a couple of times, and the Pat McAfee thing, yeah, that's a big part of the rant. We can say that to the end. We can say that too.
Yeah, or at least to the Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes segment. Yes. So speaking of which, let's go ahead and start here. We're going to go to night 1 of WrestleMania with a grand total of 7 matches that will be hosted on Saturday. And Bryce is going to start us off first with, wrong one. It's the opening to WrestleMania. It's going to kick off the show with LA Knight, and the Usos in a 6-man tag going up against the Vision of Logan Paul and Austin Theory, and I show speed. So Bryce, start us off here. What do you think about this match? Who do you think's going to win? And just thoughts about I Show Speed getting put into this wrestling match where we pretty much have been bitching, complaining already in the wrestling community. Stop it with the celebrities. So what are your thoughts about this opening of WrestleMania?
Well, when you add celebrities in, you're taking away from the talent that's been busting their ass for years to get there, just to, get your spot taken by some guy that, and again, not hating on him in his particular field and what he does, but, if I was a wrestler, if I was in that company, I would feel some type of way about some celebrity just stepping in. I will say, if there's any positives, look, not everybody can be Logan Paul. Not everybody can cross over and just grasp it the way that Logan did. I would say, I would take that to my grave. Logan, he impressed me. He shocked me. Every time he got in the ring, I saw bounds, leaps of improvement. It wasn't just a little bit here, a little bit there. No, every time he was in that ring, you could see the improvement. Not everybody is going to do that. In fact, 99% of the time, that was Logan Paul was a unicorn in that aspect. So to think that I Show Speed is just going to be able to cross over, now if he can cross over and be like a Bad Bunny Logan Paul and actually do good, great. But there's also that risk that he could be another Travis Scott. And so you always worry about these things. I know the kid is extremely athletic. If you watch any of his videos, I know he's really fast. That's where his whole name came from. So he's got some athletic background. But now, does that translate to in the ring? I don't know. I will say this though. I am happy to see Austin Theory getting shine. I've always, for the past couple years, I've said they need to do something with him. They really do need to do something with him. So to see him on the card, I like that. The Usos, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Singular, alone, they're okay, but the Usos together, they're great. The way they feed off each other, it's just you can't break that up. So I'm not the biggest fan of the match, just because of the fact that, I don't really. I Show Speed and LA Knight, if anything, if you wanted a celebrity, you could have gave them their own individual match, but I don't know. And also, I can understand them doing a 6-man just in case if I Show Speed gets in there and he's garbage, they can mask that with the other two. So I don't hate the match. I hope that the match shows athleticism. The match definitely has a chance to show that. The Usos are obviously veterans, so they can definitely carry and kind of help. They can make the match decent. They can make it good. Who I think will win this match? I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised to see the Heels go over here. I would not be surprised to see the Vision get this win. It would not shock me. That's who I'm going with now. Now that pick may change by the time we get to our. But right now, I would kind of lead towards the Vision. I don't really have a big. I can't say I've really followed this route, this particular match very well. But if I had to lean, I say the Vision. I say the Vision would get the win here.
Okay. And Cody, what about you? What do you think about this match and I Show Speed being a part of this story?
Going off the way they've done LA Knight, and that really bothers me. I mean, I know he's made a mistake here or there. It's how do you have a guy that over, that hot with the crowd for years, and you're not doing anything with him? See, I won't be surprised if they have Speed pin him, in which case he needs to leave. And I can't stand that I've gotten to this point with this guy to where I have to say that, but that's my fear. But I can't really see the them having the Usos and Knight lose. I mean, I can, but I'm gonna have to go with LA Knight and the Usos.
Okay.
There's no way you can do this tonight. You can't do this.
If they do, you're exactly right. Though he needs to get out of Dodge.
You've done enough to this guy.
If they're not going to give it to him yet, I'm starting to fear they never will.
This is the guy I want. I'm jumping way ahead, but this is the guy I personally want to take the title off Punk. What are you doing? What are you doing? Seriously, what are you doing? Triple H needs to get it together. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
So, Mark is up next. So, Mark, what do you think?
The this is one of the matches I'm just gonna not watch.
But it's for free on ESPN.
No.
ESPN 2.
Dose.
When we had this conversation, we were like, okay, well, a few weeks back, I was like, yeah, I could see something going on with ISO Speed, and you go, yeah, I can see it too, and then all of a sudden, I was like, man, I can see a 6-man tag now, and quite honestly, I think that Speed should be the one to take the L, learn from Jelly Roll, take the L, and it should be Knight that pins him. But we're talking about WWE, and they don't really like celebrities losing. So, I mean, I could see the Vision and Speed taking this.
Yeah. Jelly Roll had a politic to get his loss. He had a politic.
And I was happy about that. I was happy that he did that, and he did it in the best way possible.
Yeah, he gained respect. He gained a lot of respect from me, at least.
But I see the Vision and Speed winning, and I believe that it'll be Jimmy Uso taking the L.
I can see that. Yeah.
Okay.
Because no matter what, it seems no matter what, whenever the Usos lose or anything, it's him that gets the shit of the end. And if you're willing to give Jay a big push the way that they did, that's what they should do with Knight. And they should give Jimmy a little bit of a push with the singles title too. I mean, they've shown their abilities to do what they can do. And Jimmy's a better talker than Jay as it is.
That's
and they
very
still
true.
gave the world title, and come on, there's no reason for it.
So you got me in the middle. You got me in the middle now, because I mean I can see it, but I can't at the same time I don't want to fathom it.
Well, I'm going to say that this 6-man tag might be the hardest match to predict the entire WrestleMania weekend. I know that's crazy to say, but it's like you all said, this could legitimately go back and forth, just what they want to decide to do on booking. I Show Speed, talented young kid, which, of course, the only reason he's on there is just he brings a certain audience to the screen. So he's going to bring a lot of his followers to WrestleMania this upcoming weekend. But for me, I'm going to say, and this is actually going to be a shocker right here. I got a shocking thing. I'm going to go with this. The Vision and I Show Speed win. I Show Speed pins LA Knight because
God damn it.
I think Jey Uso is going to go heel. I think he's going to go heel, and his first program is going to be with LA Knight. So that's why I'm going to go with the Vision and I Show Speed.
You think he's going to turn on his own brother or just on Knight itself?
No, I think he's going to just turn on LA Knight. And then something's going to happen between him and Jimmy. Maybe they can go part 2, on which, God, we all know how part 1 happened.
What happened there? They had, oh my goodness. You would think that they would have all the chemistry in the world, and it was like they.
Yeah, stick together.
Yeah, not good. So that's going to be one of my first shockers of the night, is that I think Jey Uso is going to turn heel on LA Knight, and then I Show Speed is going to embarrass LA Knight, because I think the reason LA Knight's in the position that he is in, if you watch why is that show leaving my head right now? Mark, what's that? Yeah, what was that Unreal. Netflix show? Unreal. Yeah, so Unreal, we kind of saw where LA Knight is not. He's made some mistakes. Even Elimination Chamber, he made a goof and all that. And I feel like they're just trying to humble him a little bit. But I think I'm hoping LA Knight gets his moment. I really, really do. Even though I think they missed a major mark on him. But you know what? Never say never in the WWE. So I'm sure, hopefully, his time will come. And if not, then it'd be one of the most missed opportunities of all time.
Yeah.
So, but that's what I'm going to go with. Yeah.
Him getting hot in the middle of the Bloodline saga was detrimental.
That should have been the one to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a bad time to catch heat, because at that time Roman was just on a standstill.
I remember saying that in one of the streams, like when they did that at Crown Jewel when he faced Roman. I said that in I think it was one of Bretman's streams. And because Ashton chimed in after that, he's like, they're not gonna do it. I was like, I know they're not, but I was like, they would show some serious balls if they had him beat Roman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like just
it would
throw
be great.
throw it out the window right now and just have this fucking go with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they're not going to, but
So yeah, absolutely. And let's see here. I'm checking the chat real quick. We are all good there. So let's go ahead and go with our next matchup here. I'm sure this is going to be just like a little quick talk right here. And Cody, you'll get to start us off with this. We got the 4-way women's tag team match for the women's tag team championships of the Irresistible Forces, which is Nia Jax and Lash Legend, going up against the Bella Twins, Bailey and Lyra, and Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. So, Cody, you take us away. Who do you think is going to win this match?
this is probably I'm not going to call it the bathroom break because that's disrespectful. But it's the least match of the most, like the least match on the card to me. But to me, even though I love Bailey, but putting that aside, I do think it's Bailey and Lyra. I think they're going to take this.
Mm-hmm. So you think Bailey and Lyra are going to be new champions?
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Interesting. Mark, what about you?
You're not going to like my answer.
Sorry, Mark is dealing with technical difficulties. I apologize. I'll try to get him back here shortly. Mark, you're back. What were you gonna say?
You're going to click.
Inside joke, and Cody's an outsider here.
No, my hands are right here.
You're not going to like it because I'm going to say the Bellas. They came back to win. They came back to win a title. They're going to win it, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, I love it.
Come on, Paige. Come on, Paige. Get out there.
Yeah, where the hell are you, Paige?
I'm not a fan of my pick, but that's what I think. I think that they're doing that. I just think that Bailey and I think she's eventually going to turn or her tag team partner is going to turn. One of the two on them. I don't think that they're made to be a tag team.
Ooh.
Just like I always say that Flair is going to turn on Bliss, or it's going to be vice versa. One of those two are going to turn on each other. You know?
Okay. So, Bryce, what about you? Who do you think is going to win this match?
I'm gonna this is another one of those matches where this is more so just a pick out of the dark. I'm gonna actually go different. Well, I still don't know what you're gonna say yet, but different from the other two. I'm gonna say the Irresistible Forces retain here.
Okay. So, and that's a good pick. I really do like that pick because, again, I have a lot of faith in Lash Legend. I think she just has. I'm even going to be a little controversial here, even though I'm sure most people will agree. I think what Lash Legend has is what Jade wishes that she has right now.
Yes,
because that's what I think, and I think that's why they're trying to hold Lash back a little bit, just because TKO is so invested into Jade. Which we're going to get more into that because I'm sure that's going to be a fun conversation with her. But just quickly with me, I'm going to go ahead and just say that. I'm actually going to say that the tag team champions will retain as well. Lash Legend and Nia Jax, I think they will retain as well, just because they just won the titles. And I think that they just, again, want to build up Lash Legend. And what a great way to build her up, and having some Hall of Fame women's wrestlers in this match, other upcoming young people in this match. And then just the Bellas just to be there and just, not contribute anything to the damn match.
And my pick can change because, like they said in the chat, the Bella, Nikki Bella is hurt, so my pick could change.
Well, I think it was confirmed Monday, for when they did not put Io and Asuka into the match at WrestleMania.
Yeah. I think so too, but everything can change still. Look at what
could
look at last year. Rey Mysterio wasn't hurt until the night before.
Yeah, that's true. I just thought about that too. Yeah. Absolutely. Again, WWE, never say never. Let me check the chat real quick. I think we are the Bellas might get replaced. But see that okay, we'll just do a quick around the table real quick. Who do you think will replace the Bellas if Nikki cannot go?
Okay.
Asuka and
question.
Kyrie.
Okay,
I
that's
think
safe.
I think that's the only choice.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
make sense. I do want to ask though, what is the injury? What is the injury?
She rolled her
Concussion.
ankle.
She
Oh,
rolled her
roller
ankle.
ankle. I thought it was a concussion. Oh, never
No,
mind. That
she rolled her ankle under I can't remember who it was, but she rolled it and she's been rehabbing it ever since then.
Okay, so if she keeps rehabbing it and she doesn't do anything just crazy, you think she'll be all right? I mean, she should be.
well, all you
But-
gotta do is just give her the Patrick
Depends
Mahomes
on-
shot. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, give her that.
But see,
shot. She'll be all right.
that's the problem though. Like you can still just do a triple threat with those other three teams and still do. Why is Io probably your best wrestler? Her, Stephanie or Rhea. Why is Io, who had one of the best women's matches last year, not on the card? Do Io and Asuka and just leave it as a triple threat if the Bellas can't be in the match. Why not do that?
I said the same thing. Why not have that on that?
Why? Why do you have to put Asuka and Kyrie in there? Just make it a triple threat tag team match, and then let Io and Asuka. They're doing a story with her and those two. Her and Kyrie and Asuka.
They've been doing that story for almost a year now, and it has not paid out yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the thing. And I will say,
Like, come on, man! You got to use logic in that company sometimes. Jesus.
Well,
and didn't Io get thrown to the wolves with the whole
SmackDown?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
They just threw her to the wolves, like.
Well, it's just to put Jade over. That was what they were trying to do with that.
Yeah.
But Ashton, let me counteract this right quick. Triple H and TKO, Cody. That's why with Io, I guess, is what he was trying to indicate. Triple H loves Io Sky, so I know this is not a Triple H decision.
TKO.
Yeah, you see the way they love each other. That's a little questionable.
Well, Triple H said like if he had to lose 90% of the roster and still had Io, he'd be all right. He said that before, so
he did.
Yeah, that's on TKO.
Yeah, absolutely. And so with that in mind, I would say that, and what's crazy is that night 1 we get 7 matches and night 2 we get 6. What's the harm of putting Io and Asuka on night 2?
Yeah. Yeah.
Make it 7 and 7, even Steven, you know
what I mean? I want to see that match live, damn it.
I know. Which I'll be controversial real quick. There's one match I want to see more. I want to see Tiffany Stratton versus Julia for the US title.
No, not me. But that's okay. We have to beg to differ.
I get the presentation of Julia. I really do. I think she just needs more time.
I'm a fan of hers. I think she's great.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Oh, she's badass, but
yeah, but like her Tiffany could do a lot of good, in my opinion.
Is Tiffany hurt right now?
That I don't know.
Just not
Man, where is she?
That's another one.
Oh,
She just wrestled Charlotte last year on Mania. What are we doing?
Wow. Okay.
There's your answer. TK no.
Yeah.
A lot of good wrestling team left out this year.
And then we also got Trouble. What's going on there, Trouble? How are you doing? My apologies, I'm late. No, that's okay, man.
She's talking shit's #1 fan.
Nice. Hell yeah. I love
Hi,
it.
Trouble.
Trouble. Oh, I'm going to get in trouble because Ashton hates when I sing. So we're going to go ahead and move to our next match here. Another women's match here, but this one I think is just going to be very interesting to watch here. And I got Mark going first on this one. You're going to be talking about the Women's Intercontinental Championship. AJ Lee, the champion, her first singles match in WrestleMania. Her very first one, going up against, as some people like to call her, like she's not just saying it, ESPN saying it, the Bleacher Report saying it, Brett Man from Bert's Corner is even saying it. One of the GOATs of women's wrestling and Mrs. WrestleMania, Becky Lynch. So, Mark, what do you guys say about this? Who do you think is going to win?
AJ Lee has had the best of Becky Lynch pretty much since she's been back. To me, I think she loses. I think Becky Lynch will get her revenge and get her title back.
Okay.
I don't think there's going to be anything I think it'll be a great match. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
A hell of a lot better than their which one was
Elimination
it?
Chamber.
No, the I mean better than some of the other ones.
WrestlePalooza.
Yeah, that one, WrestlePalooza. I think it'll be better than that one altogether. But I mean, AJ Lee has beat Becky every step of the way. I think it's time that she loses to Becky.
Mm-hmm. Bryce, I got you up next. Who do you think? Is AJ Lee going to retain, or is Becky Lynch going to continue being the man?
I kind of agree with Mark here. I think Becky Lynch picks it up here. I think like you said, AJ Lee has definitely had her number for the past as long as I can remember. She's pretty much had her number. And if there's one thing we know about WWE in a build up, 9 times out of 10, whoever seems to have the advantage, or especially the week before the show, they always lose. And so I'm not saying that'll happen here, but I can 1,000% see Becky Lynch getting this win. I can 1,000% seeing her doing that. I would not be surprised if AJ Lee retained, but I'll go with Becky Lynch here. I'll go with Mark.
All right, Cody. What about you?
You know how I feel about this. Like, I don't like the idea of AJ Lee having to lose to Becky, because I'm just indifferent to Becky, like I am her husband. And AJ Lee.
Hey, real quick, that's her hot husband.
Well, in her opinion, that's just,
yeah.
I don't care about all that, but yeah, like they said, like AJ's beating her every time, and like if she's gonna take time off, and I'm gonna get into this with night 2 we're going to get into this. I'm going to bring this point up later in another match, and I think you know which one. If AJ Lee's not going to be there after this, she's probably going to take time off. Like, I mean, it should be Roxanne in there with AJ Lee. If it were up to me, that's exactly what the match would be, because that's too perfect.
Person that needs to be on the card. But real quick, I'm sorry, I did not mean to interrupt you. I really am sorry, because this thought will escape me. There is easily a replacement for the Bella Twins at WrestleMania. Raquel and
Roxanne, yeah.
Because Raquel's been doing a lot of great work as a big woman, which I'm not saying. I'm saying this respectfully. She's been doing a lot of work trying to be like the female Kevin Nash, and I think she needs to be rewarded for that.
Was Roxanne out of concussion protocol?
Nope.
Okay.
Last night.
Yeah.
Is Kathy Kelly out of concussion protocol?
Oh no, she's fine.
Oh, I know. I'm just fucking. But all right, guys, sorry. Back to you.
I trust me. I'm not going to be mad whatsoever if AJ Lee does win this match, but I think Becky's going to take this one. I don't like it, but I mean, I think that's how it's going to go. She's beaten her 3 times. Like she's tapped her out, and she's got her number. That's her demon. But I don't know if it's going to be Jessica Carr as the referee doing something. I don't know if Roxanne's going to come out there and something's going down though. But I think Becky's walking out with this one.
Yeah, I love AJ Lee. She's definitely one of my favorite female wrestlers of all time for everything she's done, especially in the worst era of women's wrestling, the Divas era. But again, her and Paige kind of salvage of what that is until the Bellas try to take claim that they saved the division. Fuck the Bellas. Anyways, that'll be the last time I talk about the Bellas. Hopefully.
Yeah, right.
But I'm not going to ignore. I'm not going to lie about this. I kind of kid with the boys back right before we went live here. That a lot of my picks tonight are going to pretty much be based on like just personal feeling, while the prediction game, the FWL, which if y'all are interested in that, let me know for next season, because after this WrestleMania weekend, we start a new season starting at Backlash, which we will do some recruiting on that. I was just going to say, I'm just going to pick to try to win back in it, but I can't hide this one. I think Becky Lynch is going to take this one, because I think AJ will just, take a back seat, go on a hiatus, and then she'll rest up her neck, and then she'll come back to do the next big feud, which is maybe someone like a Rhea Ripley, or just to throw a name, because I know there's a lot of people she personally wants to work with, or even to put over the new people, like maybe even a Roxanne, which I think that's great, because I think Roxanne's got a wonderful future in this business if she can stay healthy. But I think it's just too many times where AJ Lee has tapped out Becky, so I think Becky does deserve her win. So I think Becky Lynch will hold on to it. Plus, Becky Lynch holding the Intercontinental Championship and letting her go up against like the middle card of the women's division is best for the women's division right now. And I just don't see AJ doing that.
No, she needs to be higher, or have certain wrestlers against
just to be in the big time wrestling matches and the big time events.
I think Liv and AJ would be a great match too in the future. So yeah, there's a lot of good matches for her.
Yeah,
a dream match of mine is AJ Lee and Sasha Banks is a dream match of mine, but we'll see if we ever get that.
All right. Well, unfortunately, Sasha Banks is dead and Mercedes Moné is alive, so that's the unfortunate part.
She can't do a promo for the world of it.
Look at all my belts.
Well, she had no belt.
She lost them now. Thank God.
Yeah, but she's about to come back and take that main women's title. So I guarantee you.
That's gonna fucking suck. But Cole, we are streaming on Bert's Corner. That's why you probably didn't see. I rarely go live here, but Bert's Corner is pretty much my third channel where I pretty much want to do whatever I want. No, Keelan.
No.
Kelly is still not wrestling, or she's still not doing her exposés.
But she does do a lot of good camera shots on Instagram.
Wow. So let's go ahead and move on before we get all freaking horny in this freaking chat. Let's see here. What could we go? You know what? Let's go. Yeah, well, I was about to make some unsection comments. So let's talk about the unsection match here. And Bryce, you get to start us off here. We got Drew McIntyre going up against Jacob Fatu in the unsection match. So the two questions I'm going to ask you is obviously who do you think is going to win this match? And what do you just think nowadays about this unsection match kind of gimmick? Do you think it's kind of ridiculous, or if they played their cards right, it can be really, really useful for a feud, the telling a story?
Well, I think the thing about, like I've always said, unsanctioned matches, and especially say like Hell in a Cell matches or anything like that, there are certain matches that I feel like you can only use, or you can only bring out the drawer when you have the right parts. There was a time where a Hell in a Cell, you only got a Hell in a Cell match when the story was there and it was a blood feud, whatever it may be. An unsanctioned match, I feel like another one of those matches where it gets to a point to where, okay, these guys hate each other so much that they cannot fight within the legal rules of a match. So there's not a match. So there is no match. But if it's going to be an unsanctioned match, you damn well better make it look like an unsanctioned match. Mm-hmm. If you're out there and you just make it look like a typical, no disqualification or a typical hardcore match, yeah, then what is it? Like when I think of unsanctioned matches, I hate to bring them up, AEW does them really well. Like their lights out matches. Yeah. When they have an unsanctioned match, it's going to be brutal. It's something that if you got little ones, hey, you might need to tell them to go in the next room for that particular match.
Tell them to go in the next room. Tell them to watch it.
Well, I'm just saying,
the little kids want to see like the shots going through the skin and all that, like the
brutality. Now I will say, sticking needles through. That was something else. That was something I was like, okay,
that was something that should not have happened there.
That was a bit of a push. I'll agree with you, Mark. That was definitely a bit of a push. But I think the biggest thing to me though with this being an unsanctioned match is I want to see the brutality there. And if it's not there, I'm going to be disappointed just because of the fact that if you built this up, that it's an unsanctioned match. So I'm expecting things to get, pretty. But if that doesn't happen, obviously, it's going to be a letdown. But I still think that these two can still put on a good match. I think they could have put on a good singles match. I don't think they needed all this. As far as who I think is going to win, it's a very tough call for me because I would like to see Drew go over. Drew is also one of those people that I've always felt like he don't need to win. I feel like he's made. I feel like he's been made for a long time. There's never been a time Drew has lost a match and you literally sat there and said, I feel like he lost momentum. Now, even with the Cody thing, like, yeah, the Cody thing with him taking the title back, that kind of sucked and everything. But he still feels like Drew McIntyre. He always feels like Drew McIntyre. And so I'm looking at who needs it more. And if you're building superstars for the future, I think Jacob Fatu needs to go over in this match. And that's who I'm picking. I think Jacob goes over this match. That's who they need to go over in this match. If we're building up the stars for tomorrow, Jacob needs to go over.
Mm-hmm. Cody, it's going to be up to you. What do you think about this whole unsectioned gimmick that's been pretty much been tossing around? And who do you think is going to win the match?
I think I love both of these dudes. I think this is going to be the match that like it just sneaks up. It maybe match the weekend because Drew's awesome. Drew was the MVP in all of pro wrestling in 2024. He
Big
gave
time.
that is CM Punk's best feud, even over MJF. Yeah, I just said that. I'll say it again.
No, I agree,
that's
brother.
that's Punk's best feud since he came back to wrestling. That cell match is one of the greatest things I've watched in the last 20 years. That was so great. And Jacob Fatu is like legitimately like wild. Like these two are gonna beat the piss out of each other.
Yes.
And so Jacob is my prediction. But like, dude, I'm like, this is one I haven't had like at the forefront, like the main ones. But this is the one I feel like I'm gonna be talking about, like maybe the most walking out of there, because they're gonna beat the shit out of each other. This match is gonna rule. But yeah, Jacob Fatu's got to take this because I don't know if Drew's taking time off or not. But like Bryce said, it's not gonna hurt Drew because Drew just knows how to bounce back. So he's a made man.
Mark, what about you to follow up on all this?
Sanctioned match. I mean, I believe the same thing Bryce does. You know, at least WWE doesn't use them all the time compared to what they could have been. So that's a good thing. But I mean, I like them because I think they get a little bit more violent in those because they can do a little bit more with them. I think that Jacob is a star in the making, and Drew's going to help him do that by taking the L. So it's going to be Jacob.
Jacob. Okay.
And
with me,
there's a question there. Does Mickie James still wrestle? Yes, for TNA, she does it every so often.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
She just wrestled this past weekend on their pay-per-view.
She does make Royal Rumble appearances.
And it looks great for her age.
She does. Yes.
Dude, and her husband's a stud too, you know, and he's doing a great job.
And I want him to wrestle at least once in WWE.
I do too. I want to see Nick wrestle. Absolutely.
I wanted Nick to wrestle Orton.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Nick Aldis and Drew McIntyre that's going to have the wrestling match first. That's going to be my quick prediction on that. But with this match right here, first off, with the unsanctioned matches, I definitely agree with every one of these gentlemen has said, is that I just like this match needs to be as brutal as it can be in order to sell its match to be unsanctioned. Kind of does need to be on the same level as Hell in the Cell. But the great news is you got the two best people to pull off such an unsanctioned match with Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu, because I definitely think they will beat the hell out of each other. They're both very aggressive in the ring, have a very, very physical style, so I think it's going to look great in the ring. But I just think, in my opinion, I think we're just really overshooting these unsanctioned matches. I think they just need to happen once in a while versus just being randomly tossed in. That's just my opinion on that. And who I think is going to win, definitely Jacob Fatu needs to win. I really do think that. So I'm going to stick with Jacob Fatu, but I will love for Drew McIntyre to do Drew McIntyre things and just to escape with a win in this one. Yeah. But it's just it makes sense for Jacob Fatu to go over.
Yeah, and I've always said this: after Drew McIntyre carried the company through COVID. Yeah. I think the fans gained a respect to him to where, like, I just don't think he can ever lose momentum. I think he gained the respect that he can't lose it now. Like he's got it. He's a made man.
He just got it.
He's got it. Yes, he just got it.
So,
You know what really made me a fan of Drew McIntyre before like the Punk feud was just watching him on Celtic Warrior workouts with Sheamus, because I listened to those in the gym. I was like, I want to go work out with these dudes.
Well, what, Cody? Have burger after burger after
After
burger.
burger.
A quick hello to Brian. What's going on there, Brian? Do you ever have of talking shit? How are you doing, buddy? Hopefully all is going well with you.
I thought Bryce was.
What?
I thought Bryce was the other.
Hey, do y'all
I
see?
get matching t-shirts, right? Available at talkingshit.com.
Hey, did y'all see my display name when I came in here?
Oh, here.
No,
I don't have them up because it wouldn't be fair to block Cody's name on there, so that's why I left them off. But I can do it real quick.
Yeah, Brian's kink for full boys.
Oh man. And SPC Unleashed, Austin, what's going on there, buddy? How are you doing? Hopefully all is going well with you as well. So let's go ahead and go with our next match here. Cody, you start us off with this one here. It's the one that's pretty much got put together very last minute, but there is a particular reason for it. So I'm gonna try pick your all's brain to figure out what you all think the reasons for it is. We got Seth frickin' Rollins going up against the Ring General, Gunther. So, Cody, who do you think is going to win this match, and why do you think that this match hardly had the build that it's had?
Oh, Braun's injury, obviously, but I know he's ready to go, but they didn't want to they didn't want to hurry. They didn't want to hurry it up. They didn't want to rush it. They want to play that out longer between Braun and Seth. But like I said earlier, I respect the shape that Colby Lopez keeps himself in, but Seth Rollins I never found the appeal of the guy. I don't get it. I'm indifferent to him. Gunther, I do like. I think he's winning this. I think Braun is going to cost Seth, and I think I do understand both of their guys that they were supposed to wrestle, because Rey Mysterio Jr. had an injury too, and then Braun, the guys they were going to wrestle were both out, so they're put these two together. But the reason they came up with is interesting, because Gunther telling Paul Heyman, "You owe me something." He wants Brock. That's the reason. He wants Brock, and he wants him at SummerSlam in Minnesota. That's what he wants. And yeah, so they made sense. And Gunther's he's gonna beat Seth. That's the way it should play out. And I wanted to throw in my quick feelings about both of the guys too. But Rollins is going down. He's gonna get burnt down.
Oh,
there you go. Yeah, go dance around after that. What are you doing?
What did Gunther tell him? Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Yeah, I said, go to sleep. Damn it.
Go to sleep.
But yeah, I think Braun is gonna cut him in two. Make sure that happens.
Man.
So
it's gotta happen. So Mark, let's go ahead and go to you. What are your thoughts about this match and the build?
I think everybody sort of got the same idea. I think Gunther will win, but I don't think it'll be a clean win. Braun Breaker is going to interfere in that match.
Yeah.
Who said that? Yeah, there we go. Ashton was
Everyone,
the one that said that as
everyone
well.
is saying it in the comments, except for Brian.
Damn, Brian.
Just as long as it's not a masked man. I'm about tired of those.
Move on from the vision yet until he has that match with Braun Breaker. So, and that story hasn't played out yet.
Bryce, what about you?
Yeah, like I said, as long as it's not a masked man, I'm cool. We're good on masked men right now. We've had plenty of those. I think we've ran this course. All right. As far as why, like we've been saying, the match, obviously both opponents, but these guys are supposed to wrestle. Neither one of them can go, so they obviously had to force each other to do something. This might be a little bit of a rant. I really hate how they've done Gunther since he beat John Cena. As far he's won.
Are you talking about the retiring gimmick or just his?
The retiring gimmick. Really, okay. Here's what it is. He beats the greatest of all time, and the next night he's acting like a little bitch to AJ Styles, running from AJ, scared of AJ, and it's like okay, but you're supposed to be this badass now. That was the whole point of you beating John Cena. You're supposed to be this badass, irresistible force. So or irresistible force. So why are you coming out the next night and now you're scared of AJ Styles, or you're acting as if
And they kept him off. They kept him off for a few weeks. Yeah, just want to throw that in
I
there.
would have liked. After Gunther beat John Cena, if I was booking, Gunther would have from that point on he'd be just destroying everybody. Like no fear. People are scared of him, not him scared of people. I don't like the way they did it. If you're going to make him into a monster, make him into a monster. Monsters aren't scared. All right. So I mean, I don't know, but yeah, I do believe Gunther goes over here. That's really all I gotta say about it. I'm not going to chase any more rabbits on that.
Well, they kept him up. They kept him off TV after he beat Cena too for a few weeks. Remember, or after AJ. So, like, I just want to interject with that. Yeah, and it's like, what did you do that for?
Yeah, why? Yeah, you need to keep him on and build him up even more. And I don't like how they took away from it. In my perspective, he should have been striking fear in people after that, not people striking fear in him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brett, can you bring up Brian's comment for a second?
What about the Stan Lever mask bullshit? Like, Brian, you got just a crazy kink. I cannot.
I don't want to know anything else, Brian.
I did not mean to expose that. But now that it's out there,
I was like, he's your co-host, Mark.
We would try not to expand.
I see the Gimp from Pulp Fiction now.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and make this quick. You pretty much like knocked down all of the major points except for one thing. And this is why Gunther got held back with his WrestleMania match announcement and got paired with Seth Rollins. Is because the original idea was to do Gunther versus Rey Mysterio, versus why Gunther did this whole thing with Dragon Lee and everything. Was supposed to set up Rey Mysterio. But of course, my boy down here set me straight with the real news that happened, which, Mark, I'll let you say that. This is your story that you broke. So why isn't it that we are not getting Gunther and Rey Mysterio?
Because Rey Mysterio does not want to retire until May, and it'll be against his own son, who will retire him.
Exactly. Fuck yeah.
And that's the way that should go.
Perfect way to go out.
He passed the torch to his own son. And I don't think that Gunther should be the one to retire all these wrestlers.
I agree.
Well, that's the thing where I kind of disagree, but I think Gunther does need to be the one, needs to be kind of like the newer version of the Legend Killer and all that. But for this particular instance, it's an exception where Dominic, this is his right to retire his father. Plus, he needs to beat his deadbeat dad anyway. That damn deadbeat dad. I'll get to him in a minute. I need to focus on this particular match. But no, I agree with you, gentlemen. I think Gunther needs to win because if Gunther loses here, why would Paul Heyman give him the favor and all that? So he has to win to gain the favor to retire Brock at SummerSlam in Minneapolis. So give me the Ring General Gunther. And I hope it's just a regular singles match because I think this is the hidden match of the weekend in the in-ring capability to put on a great in-ring wrestling match. I think this is going to be the best match of the weekend.
This could be a certified classic. This could be a certified classic right here.
No interference, but I do have a bad feeling that Braun is going to interfere
and screw it up. Yeah.
Man, dude, I love those Steiners. I'll go ahead and spoil. I got a photo op with the Steiner brothers Saturday. So,
Steiner.
Nice.
I love the Steiners.
So, all right. So let's move it on here. We got 2 matches of night 1. And then for night 2, we'll go maybe a little bit faster, but we'll see. Well, I'm having a great time with you, gentlemen. So let's see here. Okay, I do have Mark. So I do have Mark. You go ahead. This is for the Women's World Championship, a match that has really gotten a lot of steam the last couple of weeks. So I'm going to just see what your thoughts about this match is, and who do you think is going to win? Stephanie Fakir going up against Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship. Mark, go for it.
I'm sorry, I was looking at the picture.
Focus.
See, this one's a little harder for me to pick because of the fact that I like both wrestlers, and I mean, they both have had, they're both going up, and Liv has had the title for quite a while. She's had it for quite a while over the past few years, when she's not hurt. And Stephanie has the momentum. Now, again, it's hard for me to pick. I could flip a coin right now and say I'd like to see Liv win it, but I think that Stephanie's going to be the one to take it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's going to be because Judgment Day is going to interfere too much and screw Liv somehow.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me ask you this, since you brought up that. Do you think it's going to be a Liv breaking away from the Judgment Day, or someone else is going to split?
I think it's going to be Raquel breaking away from Judgment Day.
Okay.
Because you can see it. You can see it sort of like what you could see with some of the other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was going to say, who's having an unsanctioned match in that household?
My daughter dropped something.
Oh, it's all good, man. I'm messing. Bryce, what about you, man? Who's going to take the Women's World Championship?
Well, first off, I want to bring up the attention. What did y'all think about that knot on that noggin a couple weeks ago? Oh, man, that was...
Lord, that was scary.
I felt bad, too. Obviously, when you have... big when all that's healing, you can sometimes still manage to get black eyes and puffy eyes. Mm-hmm. So this past week, I hate to say it, she came out there looking like she had been on something she didn't need to be on.
She was at Coachella all weekend.
Yeah, and a lot of people are saying they thought that the way she looked, she might have had a little too much fun at Coachella.
Yeah, I read that.
But there were people in the comments that were saying like, no, that could just be from all that healing up there, and that's just something that happens. But she definitely looked like she had a little bit too fun at Coachella.
She had fun, and those eyes when they took that picture. Oh my God.
Oh man,
pupils dilated.
Oh my.
Talk about eyes. Man, just what happened last night on Monday Night Raw, her eyes, that I'll get to that in a minute, because that was some good shit right there.
She sounded demonic as hell.
Yeah.
She even dropped the F-bomb on Netflix too, which they didn't bleep out.
I think they're doing a good job here of trying to, like, I guess you say, boost it, give it a little juice. They're trying to juice it here right at the tail end to kind of give something for people to look forward to. I think Stephanie gets it done here. I think the Judgment Day try to interfere, but it backfires on when they end up costing Liv instead of Stephanie. So I think Stephanie goes over, and then I think that plays into more of the Judgment Day eventually breaking up, or someone breaking off, like y'all had mentioned before.
Mm-hmm.
Raquel is the only one that I could see breaking off right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, Cody, what about you, my friend?
I want like hell for. I like my champions coming out of this. I want to be Stephanie, Rhea, Punk, and Randy, but I don't know if I could see both Rumble winners losing. And I'm not betting on Roman. I'm go ahead and spoil that. I'm just not betting against Punk. I don't know if I could see both Rumble winners losing. And like I could see I've already thought about Judgment Day, like costing Liv. I won't be mad if obviously I like Liv all right, but nowhere near the level I do Stephanie Beck. I love Stephanie. I don't know, man. Like I think Liv takes somehow. Like I don't fucking like it. I really don't. But I think Liv somehow pulls this off. But I don't know, because like Raquel did toss Raquel at the Rumble, but they may play that out over time. But they could play that out over time without the title too. But I think Liv's gonna win. I can't see both Rumble winners losing.
Well,
and like this ain't 2018 with like Vince screwing Shinsuke and Asuka both over.
I was just about to mention that, but that's the last time I think that both Rumble winners lost.
I can't see, and there's no logical reason whatsoever for CM Punk to lose that goddamn match whatsoever. None. Which is why but I've got to go with Liv here.
Okay.
I don't want to. I hope I'm wrong. I hope Stephanie wins. I really do.
Not to cut anybody off, the last time that both Royal Rumbles lost was 2016. Was that the year that both Asuka and
No,
it was
2018.
Okay.
2018, yeah. Because Asuka lost to Charlotte, that was dumb.
Yeah, it was
and
2018.
And then Shinsuke lost to AJ. Yeah, so that was in 2018, right?
Yep, WrestleMania
Yeah.
34 in New Orleans.
I think that was the last time both Royal Rumble winners lost.
Yep.
They may do. I mean, they may do it, but I'll be fine with it. But I don't know, man. My decision may change by the time we get to that poll. But
they say it's only happened 3 times, but it's not showing the other 2, so I don't know.
Well, I'll just say this real quickly. 2018, worst booked WrestleMania of all time. And then I'll just move on for that. Worst booked WrestleMania. So for this one right here, I'm just going to make this plain and simple. Stephanie Fakir is going to win because I think what they want to accomplish with this WrestleMania 2 is to establish the future. I think that's what they really want to do. They really want these future wrestlers to get their big WrestleMania moment and just to show to us that, hey, these are going to be the people that we build the whole company around. And Stephanie Fakir is definitely one of those people you're going to be building the women's division around, along with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. So I think Stephanie Fakir is going to win, but I agree with you, gentlemen, that I think the Judgment Day women are going to get involved in this match. However, you ready for this? This is going to be one of my shockers as well. I think Roxanne Perez is going to turn on Liv Morgan.
Ooh.
Oh, after?
Because here's why. You ready for this? Because as Liv was talking to Roxanne before the headbutt, she was talking to her, hey, I know Finn brought you into the Judgment Day, but this is why we had to get rid of Finn. And then it got interrupted. I think Roxanne is going to be joining Finn Balor on the face team.
Yeah, and also, how did she not see Stephanie coming in from behind? How did Roxanne not see Stephanie coming in?
Because Liv was like face to face with her.
For her not to see him.
So, do you think are you saying essentially that you think Liv was getting ready to kick her out before they got interrupted?
Or I think, not kick Roxanne
I think she was just manipulating her.
Yeah,
manipulating her. Okay,
saying, bad, you good, you stick with us.
Yeah, but
I don't
still,
think that's going to happen.
But I still
I see.
I think they had to have. I know Roxanne's small; she's shorter than AJ Lee, but she's looking down somewhat. But it's like, how the hell do you still not notice somebody even standing right in front of Liv? How do you not? You don't sense somebody storming in? Come on,
because it was in the script. They weren't allowed to.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, the script, man.
Yes, we all said the same thing. We all said the same thing.
But that was one.
Come on, Roxanne.
But that's one of my shockers. But if I'm going to go like an out of the box, like home freaking like Grand Slam, like a shocker pick, if I have to do one of WrestleMania weekend, it will actually still be in this match. I think in this match, there could be a possibility where, wait for it, Dom is the mouthpiece for Stephanie Fakir. And he turns
I would like
Liv.
that. Yeah. That would be cool.
Because I think that's one of the big nitpicks of Stephanie Fakir is her English. And what a better translator than Dominic Mysterio, and both of them team up against each other. I think because, Dominic always goes to the next best thing. And the next best thing is Stephanie Fakir, while that can just transform everything to a Liv Morgan face turn.
He needs his mommy. Gotta have his mommy.
Yes. But I just don't see Dom going, because that means that they would have to put Stephanie as a heel, and they're not ready to do that yet.
Oh, I think she can be she can be a wonderful heel.
Oh no, I agree, but I don't think they're ready to do that just yet. Not to turn her just yet. I think you're right. Because down the road, yes.
Do you think they would turn her because she told Chris Van Vliet on that interview that just came out today that she wants the match that I wanted. She wants that match with Rhea. I want to know which one of those two when that goes down. I'll be curious to see which one.
Stephanie as the heel. I could see Stephanie as the heel for that.
Because Mommy is so over, I don't see her going heel.
I mean, they're both over. They're both
over. Yeah, but she's got to deal with Io though at some point too.
But
because she hasn't beaten her, she hasn't.
You could still have that match and still have both of them as face. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Rhea did have with being in the Judgment Day and all that. I mean, she's obviously babyface now, but she did have a very, very lengthy heel run with the Judgment Day those couple years that they were going along. So I mean, it would. Obviously, she could, but like you were saying, I think Stephanie would definitely be the better option to be heel there, in my opinion.
Roxy and Finn versus Liv and Dom.
Yeah,
I can see that.
That wouldn't be a bad match.
No.
So, all right. But let's get to our main event of night one. And Bryce, I have you down to kick us off here. We got Randy Orton going up against Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship. I wish they just got rid of the undisputed part and just call it the WWE Championship. I think it's time. I think we all know exactly what that title is. And then in Randy Orton's corner, we got Pat.
Why does he have his eyebrow raised like he's the Rock there or something?
Because he was a Rock wannabe. But anyway, so Bryce, you gotta tell me, who do you think is going to win this match? And just thoughts about Pat McAfee, and even Jelly Roll, because I still have a thing that Jelly Roll is going to be in the corner of Cody Rhodes this weekend. So what do you just think about all this unnecessary bullshit? I'm just going to call it what it is, unnecessary bullshit. And who do you think is walking out as the WWE champion?
Well, I'll go ahead and answer the latter question first. I think Randy gets it done here. I think he beats Cody. And I'll be honest, that is 1,000% bias on the fact that I just want Randy to win. I'm just being honest with y'all.
Number 15.
Yep, number 15. The fact of the matter, and we were talking about this a little bit before the show started. They had a storyline there. They did not have to do this. They did not have to go this direction. They literally could have just brought up their past. They could have brought up their history. They had so much that they could have used here, and instead they just completely it's like before the Titanic sailed and they said only God can sink this ship. It's kind of like, yeah, you kind of screwed yourself. You kind of, I think the Pat McAfee show, right? Pat McAfee as a person, as a sports analyst, I like him. I watch the show sometimes. He keeps up with sports and stuff. I didn't have a problem with him being an announcer. I didn't have a problem being a commentator, I guess you should say. I thought that his run in NXT was very shocking. I thought that he was Logan Paul before Logan Paul. Like before Logan Paul came along, Pat McAfee was the guy that we were all like, damn.
Kind of like a blueprint of like, and then we just improvise or like we improved that blueprint. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, the guy jumped off the top of a cage. I mean, as a celebrity, he jumped off the top of a cage, and it's like so he obviously got my respect in that. So this isn't nothing like this has nothing to do with me like disliking Pat McAfee. I just dislike Pat McAfee in this situation. There's no reason for him to be in this situation. I think they screwed it up very bad. The fact that they literally did it, like 2 or 3 weeks out from WrestleMania or like a month out from WrestleMania when they decided to do this, really screwed it up. I just really think if they would have just stuck with the bread and butter, if they would have just went with what they literally had in their back pocket, which is the Cody and Randy history that they have, and just played on that, I think that this could have been the storyline of WrestleMania. This could have been the one match where we could say, okay, this is a storyline we can really get behind. And yeah, I think they butchered it, but I'm not going to go any further on with that. I'll give y'all time to talk. But yeah, I think Randy goes over, and that's just me being biased here.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I think all of us can feel like the similarity on that pick. But Cody, what about you? Randy, is he going to win Title 15? And what do you think about all this Pat McAfee BS?
Randy is going to win, and yeah, same. Bryce just summed that up. Like, I like Pat a lot. I've enjoyed his shows, but like in this position, like, what are you doing? Like, even like if Rock is behind this, like that's not why Pat. That doesn't make any sense. And like, I don't know. It may tie it up, and like we can all like move Pat. Or at this point, if Rock's not involved, Randy needs to drop Pat immediately after he wins, and be like, "All right, bye, you fucking dork." Like, like never trust a snake. You know, he's the viper. So, yeah, Randy's got to take this.
Mark, what about you, my friend?
They could have put anybody else in that spot, and it would have made more sense.
Yep.
They could have put. Come on, I said this a while back. They could. The person on the phone. We kept saying, "Oh, who is it? Who is it? Who's going to be in on the phone?" Okay, I said myself, it would have made a whole lot of sense. Ted DiBiase Jr. I mean, when I said it, he was still going through the trial and stuff before he was acquitted. But it would have made more sense to have him than
Legacy,
anybody else, because they were all in a stable together.
Mhm.
Made sense. No, they put Pat McAfee in because they wanted somehow to sell tickets. He doesn't make sense for the story. It would have been different if you would have been, had some problems earlier on with Cody or something like that. It would have made more sense.
There's literally no relation between any
No.
of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with everybody else so far. I agree that Randy wins, and it's not going to be clean. I don't give a shit. It's not going to be clean.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say this. Like, adding Pat McAfee into this story is like adding Megan Trainor as a wide receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs. Or it's like wiping before you poop. It does make no sense. Like, but I will say this, though. Randy Orton absolutely will win Title 15. I think that's just the plan all along, is for him to win 15 at some point. I think right now is absolutely the best chance to do that. With the whole Pat McAfee thing, I like him as the podcaster. I like him as the announcer. I like him. I even liked what he did against Gunther in that wrestling match. Is it the greatest thing in the world? No. But he just said, hey, I could take a freaking beating from Gunther, one of your most physical wrestlers in the entire sport of wrestling. Again, I respect him for that. So I don't fault him for this. I fault TKO just meddling in freaking businesses that they shouldn't even be meddling in. Because Triple H, he got to book 100% WrestleMania 40. And we're still talking about WrestleMania 40 as WrestleMania 40 Night 2 as one of the great WrestleManias of all time, with the possible greatest main event of all time. And all that is booked by Triple H. Why is TKO now suddenly go, I think we should be doing the booking event? Triple H does what we tell him to do. And it's showing in the ticket sales, it's showing in the interest and everything like that. And these stupid booking decisions like putting Pat McAfee, and no offense to Jelly Roll, putting Jelly Roll into this. Like, again, Pat McAfee and Jelly Roll being a part of this, honestly have no problem with it if it's better executed and if it happens after WrestleMania. Because like Bryce said, we got, and everybody says that, we have already got the story right there of Cody and Randy Orton. So follow that story. It tells itself. It will deliver in the ring. So with me, I will say Randy Orton wins Title 15. But a little thing, like here's another crazy idea of mine, or I've seen around the wrestling circuit. You ready for this one? Are we ready for the Legacy 2.0? What a great oh shit moment this is going to be. You ready for this? I think, Mark, you and I talked about this. What if the great idea is Legacy 2.0 with Randy Orton as the leader yet again, but this time he digs it where it hurts the most? Cody's friends. Ricky Saints
and Ethan Page. Yeah.
What freaking phenomenal storytelling that would be, of like Cody Rhodes getting betrayed by his two loyal friends from AEW. How freaking amazing would that be? I know that will hurt NXT and their roster, but just to tell a story like this would be freaking phenomenal, in my opinion.
I said turn Cody heel and then add those two to his stable.
That would work as well.
I think that.
But yeah. I think what you said works because like those two and like probably JC Jane and others, they're probably getting called up next week after this weekend. So
JC Jane getting called up.
Yeah.
I need to see if they restocked her photo ops. I should have gotten one with her.
Yeah, because I think that woman is very, very talented. I'm actually very happy for her, because I always just thought it's like, oh, this WrestleMania season they're going to cut her. WrestleMania season, they were cut her.
I mean, she was always a secondary player compared, and then when they finally gave her run, she showed what she could do.
I know.
Yeah.
And she passed flying colors, so I'm ready for her to be on the main roster. So yeah, Randy Orton wins title 15. So let me check the chat one more time. Let's see here. They do not have the balls to turn Cody heel. I think they do. I think they're just waiting on the right moment, which I think the right moment is coming near.
Well, who's gonna take his place?
You got
as the face.
Oba.
You got Opa Femi right now. He's that hot.
Oba.
Yeah, he's the closest thing. Yeah, but they're on different brands too. But I mean, well, they can solve that. But
there's no actual brands. I mean, you have SmackDown, you got Raw.
Yeah,
you can put whoever you want.
Well, I think they should do away with the brand split anyway. So I mean.
Yeah, especially with the tag team titles. I think they should fuse the tag team titles back. In my opinion,
because the tag team
titles
are never really done on Raw.
If they're not going to keep the wrestlers on their respected rosters, what's the point in even having?
Yeah,
they do it, and then 2 weeks later, you got a SmackDown guy wrestling on Raw, and it's like, wait a minute, I thought, so it's obviously not. It's not the same SmackDown versus Raw that we had back in the mid 2000s. There's definitely integration now, so it's not what it once was.
Well, but I want to come back. I want to come back to this Cody Hill thing possibility later on in the discussion, but for night 2. But
all right. Well, speaking of night 2, you all gentlemen want to go ahead and dive right into night 2.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, Cody, you get to start us off here with night 2. And I'm not going to talk about one match just yet. So, I'm just going to build it up because the match I know we definitely want to talk about, honestly, is a main event caliber topic. So, I'm saving it towards the end. So, let's start with this ladder match, which I'm sure a lot of people are very excited for this ladder match. We got JD McDonough, Dragon Lee, Penta, Javon Evans, Rey Mysterio, and Rusev. So, Cody, let me go ahead and ask you, who do you think is going to win this match? And the second question is, would you add anybody in particular into this ladder match that you think deserves a spot on WrestleMania? Yeah,
I mean, Ilya, Carmelo, Rey Fenix, they should all be there. I don't know why they keep they're keeping
it has to be from Raw because everybody is
But I mean they're keeping Rey, Phoenix, and Penta apart for some reason. Just put them back together in a tag team. But Penta's doing great individually. But in between this, I think Penta could retain, but I want to say Javon Evans. I really want him to win this title. I really want him to win this match. He's gonna be the standout. I don't know. I think Penta's gonna take it, but I want Javon Evans to win.
Let's see here, Mark. What about you, my friend? Who do you think is going to win this ladder match? And anybody in particular who you think deserves to be on the spot of WrestleMania in this match from the Raw side?
Grayson Waller should be in that match. Because he can take a great bump.
Coming off that's ladder, true.
He goes right through him. He does great.
And he's cursed currently.
Yes, he is. So it would be perfect. Who I want to win and who I think will win are two different things. Who I want to win is Rusev. Who will probably win will be Penta. I think he retains his title.
Okay. Bryce, what about you, my friend?
Yeah, I think the same thing. I think Penta retains here. If there's anybody I would like to see in the match, obviously he's on the other brand, which doesn't really matter. But Carmelo, obviously, I would have liked to see him on this card. Obviously, he's just United States champion, so it would make no sense for him to be in this match for the Intercontinental Championship. But
I mean, it would. It's another one.
Well, yeah, just in general, Carmelo Hayes is probably one of the off the top of my head. I feel like he should have had a spot on this card. But Penta,
we're going to get to that topic.
Yeah, Penta. I think Penta wins here. I think this is one of those matches where I would not be surprised if someone snuck in an upset and won. I wouldn't be surprised, but I mean it's a 6-pack ladder match. You never know, but I think Penta retains here.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Penta as the win as well. But I want you all to pay attention to one wrestler in particular in this match because I think this is going to be the start of his singles push. And just, with him getting a big standout. Do y'all think you know who I'm talking about?
Is it Javon Evans?
JD.
Who?
JD.
Is it Javon?
Yep,
Ooh, that's
Mark
a good
got
one.
it. JD
that's a good
McDonough. I
one.
think this is going to be his breakout moment because
Oh, I thought you were saying Javon. My bad.
No, Javon's got a bright future. I'm not worried about
Yeah.
him. I think JD McDonough is going to
Yeah, JD's a beast.
He's a beast. And here's the deal too. What he did with the War Raiders and got that big concussion, and then he still went back into that ring and finished out the match. I think that backstage and the creators were like, you know what? I think we can do something with this guy. This is a tough son of a bitch. So I think this is going to be his standout moment to say, hey, I'm not just a Judgment Day lackey. I could be a serious mid-card competitor. So again, I just want y'all to say, be careful. Just watch JD in this match at WrestleMania. Yeah. If you don't and want to rewatch Night 2 of WrestleMania, just pay attention to that match again, but just watch JD the entire time because I think he's really, really going to surprise everybody.
He's got a good look. He's got a good look. I think he definitely
learned for Finn Balor too.
He had a great mentor. Mm-hmm. So great teacher. He learned well.
I want to see him away from Judgment Day. I'd like to see him.
Yeah.
I think it's coming. I think it's just going to be a full-on split, and JD is just going to be a single-run guy. So I think that's really what's going to happen. I think he can really elevate that Intercontinental title scene, and also do his job and put over the next main eventer and have main eventers look great as well. So I have all the high hopes for JD McDonough as a singles competitor. But this deadbeat dad situation, it just irks me, okay? This deadbeat dad just takes another spot from another wrestler. How freaking selfish. This guy's supposed to be a locker room leader. But instead of just letting the young guys be in this match, he decides to, hey, I'll take the last spot. I'll let that get handed to me. I don't need to be in the number one contenders or a qualifying match.
Calm down, Dom.
I'm fucking Rey Mysterio.
If we wanted a luchador in that match, we would have went and got a Grande Americano.
No,
we got the original Grande American. Yeah, because guess what? If anybody deserves to be in this ladder match, is both of the El Grandes.
Yes. If you're going to talk about the deadbeat dad, you might want to put some respect on his name. It's called the Hall of Famer Deadbeat Dad.
Yeah. And Mark, I'm so happy you brought that up because there is a legitimately Hall of Fame building called the Hall of Fame of Deadbeat Dads. And that's where Rey Mysterio fucking belongs. And he deserves to be the greatest deadbeat dad of all the time. So fuck Rey Mysterio. I'm not going to wish you harm like ill or hurt or anything because that's pretty damn selfish to say. But just do not win this match because if you do, I swear, the fucking deadbeat dad, I swear. Because I can now imagine a world where we're going to get Dominic versus Rey Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. That fucking scares me. But Penta definitely gets the win. Javon Evans is probably going to be the highlight reel of this match. But I think the hidden MVP again is going to be JD McDonough.
That's something else, though, since you brought El Grande Americano up. I'm ready to see Chad Gable as Chad Gable. And go on a solo run because he could legitimately kill most of the people on that roster. Legitimate badass.
Are they going to have their mask versus mask match on Friday?
Yeah.
Or Saturday. Sorry, they're going to have it on Saturday, right?
Yes.
They should have pushed him 2 years ago. Like losing to Sami. Like I like Sami Zayn, but that's get out of here with that. That made me mad. That really bothered me.
Do you know who I'm more? Or do you know who I'm more ready to come back over than Chad Gable? Ludwig Kaiser. Because I'm just telling you, that guy is very too talented.
I want to see Braun just cut him in two again. Get out of here.
So I think Ludwig Kaiser is really good as a mix.
Braun flying over Sheamus's unconscious heap and cutting Kaiser in two is one of the greatest things I've seen recently. I was like, yes! I don't like Kaiser. He got what he deserved. Bye.
Oh man,
he cheated on Tiffany.
He's an upcoming star. I think he'll be great.
Yeah, with Charlotte Flair, right?
Yeah.
You guys
That
are
was a
terrible.
crazy promo. That was a crazy promo. I was like, okay.
Oh, the DMs. Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is about to open a can of worms that we didn't need to open.
Poor Charlotte.
And then a month later, they're broken up. I was like, well, it turns out that was 100% true. Okay.
Giovanni Vinci, having lost his job, is somewhere like, really?
Yeah. Oh man. Poor
Giovanni. Oh my goodness, poor Giovanni.
Poor guy, man.
Poor guy. But you know what? Speaking of poor people or poor guy, Dirty Dom is just being treated really dirty. Like, are you kidding me? I think he's right this past Monday Night Raw that he signed a contract to wrestle Finn Balor. He didn't sign a contract to wrestle this crazy son of a bitch. Like, come on, how fair do you think this is?
Yes.
So, Mark, I'm going to let you go first on this. How unfair is this wrestling match for Dirty Dom Mysterio? And who do you think is going to win this match? And why it's going to be Dirty Dom?
Well, it's not going to be Dirty Dom. It's going to be the Demon. You haven't seen the Demon in how long?
That was not on the contract. It was supposed to be Finn Balor on the contract.
The last time we saw the Demon, he got screwed by a creative. In that Roman Reigns match, where they was like, "How can we get Demon Balor to lose?" Oh, I know. We'll just snap the rope and never say anything about it.
I think that was before the Edge match at Mania. The last one I think was Edge.
3 years ago. That was the last time we saw the Demon, which was one of the worst booking decisions in WrestleMania history.
Right. And
thanks, Vince.
Even Edge did not want to do that.
Yeah. Thanks, Vince.
But Finn Balor / the Demon will win this one, and I don't have to say anything else.
All right, Bryce, what about you? Why is it unfair for Dirty Dom to be in this match, and why do you think Dirty Dom's going to win?
Well, here's the thing: if the Demon does not win this match, if Dom wins this match, Finn Balor can no longer be the Demon ever again because it's over, it's done, it's dead. The Roman Reigns thing, okay, maybe you could pass that by, even though we never got any type of inclination of what happened there with the ring snapping. They just acted like, oh, it was an act of God because Finn was the Demon, so Roman had God help him, which I was like, oh, all right, sure, if that's what you want to go with. And then him losing to Edge. So, I mean, if he's going to be the Demon, I feel like he's got to win here. I feel like he has to, because if Dom beats him, he can't be the Demon anymore. I mean, he just can't. The prestige, what that character is, I mean, it just dies. If he loses this match, so I'm going to go with the Demon Finn Balor here. I would not be surprised with WWE booking if Dominic goes over. But if Dominic does go over, the Finn Balor can't be the Demon no more. That character is going to dead. It don't mean nothing now. It's just a different version of himself that's just as special as the regular version.
No, very true. Very true there, Bryce. Cody, what about you, my friend?
Demon Balor all the way. So he never has to be called. Maybe people will stop calling him Pin Balor. Because him and Asuka have both been done like that. I'm tired. I'm tired of seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Bryce just summed it up though. Like 3 times in a row come on, it's the Demon.
Yeah,
Dom's going down.
No,
the whole point of the Demon character was you only brought when back in the day when the Demon came out, you knew, okay, yep, that person's screwed. It's over with. That's
done.
It's Goku. It's literally Goku in his final form. You know what I mean? That's what it's supposed to be. And so, again, if he don't go over here, it ruins that character.
But he should be more like Majin Vegeta because nobody's stopping that motherfucker but himself. Yeah,
especially Bulma. But
hang on, I gotta show Bryce my tattoos now. That's his family crest, Vegeta's.
Nice.
And that's the kanji Goku has when he goes to Namek after training with King Kai.
Fuck yeah!
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm
Dragon Ball Z nerd.
That shit.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But all right, let me tell y'all this: Dirty Dominic Mysterio deserves to win this match because he gets so poorly treated by Adam Pearce and all these freaking wrestlers who just accuse him of cheating. They accuse him of cheating. He does not cheat. Dominic wins clean every single time. So you all are just a bunch of morons. Why are we calling him Dirty Dominic Mysterio? We just should call him Good and Glory Dominic. Oh my gosh, he's so glorious. But
Okay, stop sucking his.
under these unfortunate circumstances, he is wrestling the Demon Finn Balor, and the Demon is absolutely going to win this match because Dirty had his WrestleMania moment last year by pinning Finn Balor for the Intercontinental Championship. But I think brighter things are going to be in store for Dirty Dom for 2026. But I think it's going to be Finn Balor's year for the year of 2026. I think this is going to be a start for a major push in the main event picture for Finn Balor, or at least I really hope so.
Speaking of which, I gotta bring that up to you. That popped up in my head recently. What do you think if he was the one that took the title off Punk? If it ended up being Dom, because Punk, but Punk takes shots at Dom. Have you noticed that? Punk's been taking shots at Dom for like years. Like he keeps telling that story. He keeps that like there.
Oh, don't put that. Also, don't get this dirty. Dominic
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I was thinking about that recently. Champion. I was like, I want it to be LA Knight, but I was driving one day, you know, because that's what I do for a living, as you know. But like, I remember thinking, I was like, what if they're doing that? Because Punk's always like when he and AJ Lee did the what was the wings, the hot ones.
Yeah.
Remember, like he told her, he said he took a shot at Dom on that. He'll every now and then he'll take a shot at Dom Mysterio. He makes a point of that. So I'm like,
seeds there.
What if they, and Punk, that's why Punk is as great as he is. I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, and before we move on real quick, before Mark, you take over our next match, I do have to address a comment because I am what we call a Chad Gable fanboy, so I always know what's happening with Chad Gable. He has been missing too. Where is he? I heard he's still recovering from a very important surgery, so I'm not sure where he is at right now. But all I know is that Chad Gable really does like the original El Grande Americano because I think he really is his personal favorite luchador as well. Sorry, it's just as funny that his favorite luchador is El Grande Americano, the original. But no, Chad Gable should be returning soon, and I cannot wait for him to return because my dream match right now in the current WWE is Chad Gable versus El Grande Americano, the original, because I think that match is going to tear down the house. What do you gentlemen think on that? Do you think that's going to be an amazing match or what?
Yeah.
Come on, guys! Like that guy is. It's going to be an amazing match. Like, why are you laughing? Like, stop me when I'm telling lies.
That would be see, this is one of those situations where like it would be nice to have a time machine to go back and get Kurt from 2002-3 and like put him with Gable, like
or having them wrestle, yeah. But we don't have a time machine. We have the here and the now. And El Grande Americano, the original, and Chad Gable will tear down that damn house. Mark, you seem just jealous that I created such a dream match.
AI is a wonderful toy.
It's not AI because it's going to fucking happen. You just watch. El Grande Americano, the original, versus Chad Gable, SummerSlam. Mark it down. So... Mark, let me go ahead and get your next match here because you better be careful, Mark, because I will whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. And we all hope, at least I hope we all hope, that this freaking trick of Sami Zayn gets what he deserves. So we got Sami Zayn defending the United States Championship against one of the hottest prospects right now in WWE of Trick Williams. So Mark, tell me, who do you think is going to win this match? And to add on to it, do you still hope, because there is still time, do you think Carmelo can be added last minute?
I don't think Carmelo is going to be added. I want him to be, but I don't think he will be.
Why do you? Here's the deal. Why do you think that is? Why do you think Carmelo is getting the short end of the stick on this?
Somebody has to. Look at all the other wrestlers that's not on the card that deserves to be on the card.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
because we all thought that the United States title match was going to be the ladder match. with Carmelo and Iganov. I can never say it, or Dragunov. I'll just say that Dragunov. Like all of them deserve to be in that match, but
What it should have
surprisingly
been.
to all of us was the Intercontinental title match.
I mean, they should have had that as the title match instead because, but to me, I don't think they think highly of him for keeping him off the card. If that's the case, I think that they should add him. We won't know until Friday if they're going to add him. And I think it's going to be a double turn. I think Trick turns good, and I think Sami Zayn turns heel.
All right. So you think Trick Williams is going to win the U.S. title?
Yes, and I don't like Trick.
Oh, please explain why.
I've never been a fan of his.
Very interesting.
He's a good wrestler. Don't get me wrong. I just don't. I don't. Especially as a heel, I don't like him as a heel.
Let me guess. You're just jealous of his lemon peppers.
Yeah,
lemon
those are
pepper steppers.
Yeah, those are ugly.
Hey, you watch yourself, or we're gonna whoop that Trick. But Bryce, what about you, my friend? What do you think about this United States title match? And not only that, do you think there is a chance that Carmelo gets added? And if he does not, why do you think he's being left off the card?
I'll be honest. I would not at this point. I would not be surprised whatsoever if he got added in, just by WWE's recent creative decisions. It would not shock me whatsoever if he got added in. I do not think he will get added in. The reason why, I don't know. Obviously, there's a couple of speculations online. Obviously, Triple H has not always had the best track record within a certain community. I'm sure y'all probably know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
yeah.
This obviously doesn't help that case at all. But I mean, then again, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like Carmelo Hayes had good momentum. He was champion, and it felt like they just took it from him. And I don't really understand why, unless, like how Mark was saying, they just don't see it in him. But now, as far as this match goes, I can see the double turn. But if I will say this, if there is a double turn, I think Sammy retains. I think Sammy retains the championship and goes on as a heel and has a heel Intercontinental Championship reign. United States Championship reign. He just won this title. I don't think he'll just turn right around and lose it to Trick, because at that rate, why didn't you just have Carmelo drop it to Trick? Why would you give it to Sammy to be a transitional champion? Just let Carmelo drop it. So for this to happen, I think they're about to do something with Sammy. If they turn him heel, it would be a lot better for him to be a heel champion than for him just to be a heel. Because if he's just a heel, that's no different than him just being a babyface in years prior. You know, we want to see gold around his waist. If you're going to be pushing him, that's the ultimate goal, is to get some form of gold around his waist. It doesn't have to be a heavyweight title, but it needs to be something. And I think this is a good start for him. And I think his first Intercontinental Championship reign, when he beat Gunther, y'all can argue with me on this. I didn't think that was the best title reign. I just didn't think that.
Oh, it wasn't, but it was a great moment for WrestleMania.
Yes. And I think this time could be a great opportunity to right those wrongs and say, hold on, I can have a good championship reign. Let me show y'all. And I think that's where this is going to lead to. So I think Sammy wins. I think Sammy goes heel, and I think Sammy continues on as a heel champion.
Yeah, and Cody, before I get to you real quick, Bryce, you brought up a very interesting point. Honestly, has Sami Zayn ever had a really good title reign of anything?
No.
Because that's the question of, like, why has Sami Zayn not won the big one yet? That's probably the reason, because he still needs to show the backstage that he can carry a title, and not only carry a title, but make that title really truly mean something.
I thought that I'll go. I mean, when Kevin Owens and Sam, when they won the tag team titles from the Usos, it did not take long for those two titles to start losing prestige. It didn't. It just
they didn't have them very long neither.
And that's more on Sammy than KO. Yeah.
Right. Correct. Because because KO had a great gimmick in that tag team, but it's just Sammy was just so vanilla, or as some people say, so ginger. But
I will say this to add on to that point. like you said, Sammy's never really had any title reigns that were. But I don't really. Has there ever been a time that Sammy was champion as a heel? I mean, is he? Has he?
Intercontinental champion.
Okay, so I think that
If you call that a heel.
Yeah, and I think
it was sort of a bullshit heel, though. But
yeah, I think that they might be thinking, okay, we've tried you as a babyface multiple times, it didn't really work out. Let's see if we can't maybe do something as a heel, because we've seen Roman Reigns is the perfect go-to. The guy was babyface for years, shoved down throats, people hated him. They decided to turn him heel, and now he's regarded as one of the best wrestlers of the past decade.
Mm-hmm.
And all it took was a simple character change. And maybe that's all it is for Sammy. Maybe he just needs a little bit more flair, a little bit more attitude, and maybe he needs to be healed to unlock those characteristics and those traits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very good points on that, because like I thought that was just very interesting you brought that up. So, Cody, what about you? Sorry, it took a minute to get to you here, but we haven't forgot about you. What about you? Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams. Who do you think is going to win? And just about this whole Carmelo Hayes mess.
I think for this, like, heel Sammy's going to take this. I think Sammy's going heel. He's going to take this one.
Okay, and what about Carmelo Hayes?
I don't think he's going to be added.
See, that's
what
grinds me.
I wish he would be added, but like I don't think he's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
What shocked me with WWE's booking recently, it wouldn't shock me though. It's not one of those things where if he got added, I would be like, "Holy shit, I never saw that coming! Whoa, what happened?" Like, no, I would be like, "Oh, yeah, just that's WWE being WWE right now. It tracks."
Exactly. And it's very unfortunate, though, just because Carmelo has legitimately carried SmackDown with the U.S. title, that he's carried the mid-card division and put it on just freaking banger of matches. And so I think all that is just super awesome of him. So you have to reward Carmelo a WrestleMania match. And plus, he's actually going to be one of your good players in the future as well, in my opinion. And so it's just very unfortunate. I'm still going to hope that Carmelo gets added in. And if he does, he's definitely not going to win, but he's definitely going to be a standout in that wrestling match for Triple Threat. I definitely do see the double turn coming, because I think the crowd just is ready for it. I think they want to like Trick Williams. It's kind of like, in a way, of what Trick Williams is doing right now. It's kind of similar to The Rock, because The Rock started out as a heel and people loved him so damn much they had no choice but to turn him into a face. And I think that's where Trick Williams is currently at.
Time out. The Rock originally started as what?
A face.
As a face.
And then he got hurt, and when he came back, he was the heel, and then it went that way.
Yeah, no, I know exactly. Like, you're absolutely spot on. But what I'm just saying is that you can play a heel so damn good where you got no choice but to turn him into a face because of how much the crowd likes him.
Did it.
And I think that's obviously what Trick Williams is doing right now.
Rock's problem as a heel was he was just too damn good on the mic. He was one of those guys where he would hit you with a burn, and you'd be upset about it, but at the same time you couldn't help but sit there and think, "Damn, that was a good one."
So kind of like Kevin Owens.
Yeah, you couldn't hate it. It was like, damn. I mean, I know he's attacking me right now, but that was good.
Yeah,
it was good.
Are we still in the Sammy Trick thing? Sorry, I had a distraction.
No, you're good.
Yeah, we're about off.
We're chasing rabbits here.
I will say that for Sammy. He was the best part of that bloodline thing. That's when I started paying attention to all that, like coming back.
Though.
Yeah, I started. Yeah, but. I think you guys are right. I think he's ever had like a memorable title run. So I like Sammy, but he does fit that role more as like the, I don't want to say sidekick, but the second like kind of tier, like player, like the team player, like the goofy, like he's great in the war games and stuff. But like,
he's gonna be a big
I wish Carmelo would be added to this. I really do. But even if he does get added, I still see Bryce summed it up the best for me. Like Sammy's, I think whether he's go full blown heel or if he's just still riding that line, he's winning by nefarious means this weekend. I don't see. I mean, Trick's got that. He's really over with the crowd clearly, but I think Sammy's taking this.
You just wait until WrestleMania when all those people are just screaming to the top of their lungs, whoop that trick. You just watch. It's going to be so damn awesome. That crowd's going to put them over, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and move on. We got 3 more matches to talk about here. So I have it down as Bryce. You're going to go with this one to start us off here.
All right.
We got the WWE Women's Championship. We got Jade Cargill defending the WWE Championship against, or the WWE Women's Championship up against Rhea Bloody Ripley, or Mommy, or just definitely it's going to turn out to be one of the great women's wrestlers of all time. So, Bryce, you get to start us out here. Who do you think is going to win this match? But here's even a deeper question, too, because a lot of people do not like Jade Cargill right now. And that's not just because it's a heel-fan relationship. This is more of a TKO. It's just, again, getting their hands dirty, and they want Triple H to push Jade Cargill, but it's obviously for the crowd, that is, for the true wrestling fans, she is absolutely not ready yet. So I just gotta ask you, do you really think she's ready, or do you think the crowd is right that she's not ready and she's just getting pushed, and where she just is not needed in this position? And who do you think is going to win this match?
So starting with the latter question, I think Jade is not ready. Jade can be a great wrestler with more practice. One of the biggest things that WWE does not do anymore, they do not do house shows. So these wrestlers do not have time to train. To train, they do not have time to gain chemistry with each other. You got wrestlers who step in the ring, and you watch these matches, and you can clearly tell there is no chemistry between them. Where back in the day, that wasn't as bad because they got to wrestle, house shows to kind of warm up and get used to each other and build that chemistry.
And even work on gimmicks as well too, because in a house show one time I got to actually see Bray Wyatt before he introduced on television as Bray Wyatt, and I thought that was just so cool.
Yeah, it's just a way to kind of fill things out and see, okay, are these people gonna? It's just like how I do with like my Facebook stuff. Like I watch a lot of comedians, and comedians will tell you before they go do their stand-up specials, they practice months traveling across the country doing the same bits, but just polishing it and working on it and working on delivery and all this. And so when that Netflix special comes up, they're ready, they're prepared, and they have the sharpest version of the jokes they have. It's the same way with like wrestling and house shows. Those house shows were meant to build up the craft. So when you got to these big shows, you were ready. And I feel like Jade, I could tell y'all this. When she was in AEW, I could tell that she wasn't ready. I could tell then. I could tell that she definitely has an upside. She's got a good look. She's got a good body. She's ripped. I mean, so I think, and again, I don't know how old she is. I don't think she's too old. I think in a couple of years, given more practice and stuff and more reps, I think she could be something in the future. But right now, I just don't think she's ready. However, as much as I hate to say that,
she is 33 years old.
Okay.
So damn, I'm older than her.
I feel like with the whole Jade situation, I feel like they brought her in, they had her as this unstoppable force, and she was great. And then she lost, right? And when she lost, I felt like she shouldn't even been in a position to lose. If they were going to keep pushing her the way they were, there was no point in her to lose that match. And then I felt like, I don't know if they overcorrected or if they thought to themselves, oh, we messed up. So then they immediately was like, okay, now we're going to, or maybe TKO got involved and was like, hey, listen, she might have just lost, but that's who we want to push. So you need to get her up and up, and you need to get her, So I don't know. As far as who I think is going to win, man, I hate the fact that TKO train is behind Jade, because that really points to the direction that they might have her retain here. Man, this is a toss up for me. I would like to see Rhea win. I'm gonna go. No, I'll say it. I want Rhea to win this match, but I would not be surprised with the pushing. I would not be surprised if Jade Cargill gets this victory. Right now, I'll lean more towards Jade, but that is not going to be my. I'm not stamping a pick here, but I'm leaning Jade right now. But that's just because of the fact that I know how the way TKO has been here recently. They it's just one of those things.
Yeah.
But she's not ready.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I'll get to my thoughts on Jade here in a minute. But Cody, what about you? Who do you think's going to win this match, and just your thoughts about Jade Cargill at this point in time?
I like Jade. She's not how what they want to portray her as being like on that level. Like I said, obviously in the ring and stuff, but but not again. Like I like her more than I like Liv. You know, they both do good work, but like I just don't. You're just not. To me, I don't. I'm just not a fan like I am with Rhea and Stephanie. You're nowhere near that level with me. I love Rhea and Stephanie way too much, and I wanted that match so badly this year. But I would, like Bryce just said, I really want Rhea. What I think this could come down to, and I've heard other people, JD from New York said this, and so did Jason Salt. They've talked about it. Saul Monster, they're buddies. They got their own channels, and they're doing a show right now because it's Tuesday Night Titans. They've both talked about Bianca coming back during this because if Io's not doing the match with Asuka, she's going to be out there with Rhea. What if Bianca comes back and you got the three women from the triple threat? But if Bianca is going to like come out there to help Rhea's got to win. But what if Jason though floated the idea of Bianca coming out there and attacking Rhea and Io, and it's about time for a Bianca heel turn anyway. Even though they want to build to her and Jade. So I think it depends on if Bianca Belair shows up or not. I think Jade, I'm leaning, like Bryce said, I think right now I'm thinking Jade. I want Rhea more than anything. Like I said, I want Rhea and Stephanie to walk out with the titles. I think I'm only going to get 50% of what I want here. If that. I think both the women, because they're not, I just don't see, I think it's going to be one champion on each brand that loses the title. And I think it's going to be, I think it'll be the man for Raw will retain, the woman will lose, the man for SmackDown will lose, and the woman will retain. So I'm thinking Jade.
Yeah.
For now, so we'll see. We'll see. I mean, Bianca's been out for a year because Rhea apparently landed on like a. I think Rhea landed on her hand in that match. She's had a fucked up like finger. Yeah, for like a year or so. Like.
She's just had surgery a couple months ago, so she's not ready to come back.
Yeah. And I'll go with an unpopular opinion on Bianca here in a minute because that was a very interesting idea. But I definitely want to hear from Mark. What are your thoughts about this match here? Who do you think is going to win? And just this whole idea of Jade.
I don't give a shit.
Damn. Just going with the heart punch already.
I mean, really, this match shouldn't be this. It shouldn't be this way. I mean, I'm not a fan of Jade at all. She's not. She should have started off in NXT and not on the main roster. I don't believe that she. I believe that she still has. She should have a mouthpiece with her. They should have somebody talking for her because she can't talk for shit. She's got the look. She's got the physique. But she does not have the it factor to me. Now, other people might say, yeah, but to me, I'm going to go against the other two. I'm going to say Rhea wins this, and it's going to be Rhea is not going to have the title very long, but she wins it.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I want Rhea Ripley to win this match so bad because I'm just a mommy fan. I just love her so much. She is such a great wrestler. However, again, it's like I alluded to earlier. This is going to be a WrestleMania where you're going to have to build the future and tell people these are going to be the people who are going to push towards that future. Unfortunately, TKO's mindset of who they want as a future person is Jade Cargill. I don't think she's nowhere near close to being ready. I don't think she should even be the women's champion. And the main thing I'm just mad about with this wrestling match, with this wrestling match happening, I blame one individual. And I know this is going to be unfair for some, but this is just something to consider. I blame Bianca Belair for this wrestling match happening this Sunday at WrestleMania. Because this is supposed to be Bianca versus Jade Cargill at WrestleMania as Jade's first true feud to see, okay, what has Jade learned in the year of 2025? And let's put her with Bianca and see where we can go with this. However, though, Bianca, and I love her. She's an A65 girl. I'm from the A65, Knoxville, Tennessee. Love you, Bianca, for that. However, just a very foolish decision to say, I don't need surgery. I think this finger can just, heal all on its own. Piss poor decision making, and it just took her way longer. Like, there's no excuse in the world of professional wrestling to be out with a finger injury for a year. I think that is absolutely freaking ridiculous. And it's all because of Bianca's decision making. I don't understand her body, her process, her choice, and all that with how she wants to deal with injuries. I totally understand that. But I think it's just a selfish move and a wrong move, because I feel like she should have easily been back, developing stories, training up Jade, and then testing her on the grandest stage of them all with a pure, true wrestling match. So I just blame Bianca for this. But here we are. It is what it is. I'm going to go, unfortunately, with Jade Cargill retaining the WWE Women's Championship, because she just won it. She just got her faction. She's not going to drop it, and Rhea's going to go back to Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Can I ask you, Flo, like, would you have preferred, I know Mark's not going to give a damn because he just made that point about Jade, but like, would you have preferred, this is Cody's wishful thinking again. I would have, if it were up to me, I wanted Rhea to just win the Rumble again, give Charlotte the chamber, do Charlotte Jade, and that way you could have gotten Rhea and Stephanie. Would you have preferred that, Brett Ben?
Oh, 110%.
Hell of a lot better.
But here's
Jade and Charlotte.
I think so.
Because Charlotte's a veteran. Charlotte could have easily helped her through that match.
I think it would have made more. I think it would have made more. They kind of signified that. So
yeah, but here's two problems with that, though. The first problem is Charlotte really going to say, "Hey, I'll put over somebody back-to-back years for a younger person over me"? I don't think that's going to fit very well with Charlotte. She was already forced to do that with Tiffany. Do you really think she was going to have someone else force her to do that yet again, but with someone less talented than Tiffany Stratton, in my opinion, in the ring? I don't think so. With Stephanie and Stephanie Fakir and Rhea Ripley, I think that is a great match on paper, but I think that's a match we can absolutely save for the future. But I think Liv Morgan has just done such phenomenal work.
Yeah.
And that she was going to get a big push for 2025, but unfortunately her injury took her out for a while. So I think they were rewarding her with this big stage WrestleMania.
Well, that's what I would have. That's what I was going to say. That's how I would have ended the Rumble. It would have come down to Liv, Raquel, and Rhea, and I would have had Liv and Raquel, like, kind of Rhea toss them both because they get into it, and then you could throw Roxanne in there and just have those three do their thing at Mania, like the Judgment Day girls.
Yeah, but
maybe it's rushing it.
Yeah, I think Liv deserves a world title match at WrestleMania, a singles world title match. I think for everything she's gone through in her career, where a lot of people gave up on her, but now she's one of the most popular, and for some of the community, the hottest women's wrestler on the planet right now. So I think you had to give it to her. I think there's still plenty of time to do Rhea Ripley versus Stephanie Fakir, because Rhea is still very young, to believe it or not. I think she's like somewhere in her early 30s.
Who, Rhea?
Yeah. Or even
Rhea's,
younger than that.
She's only I think she's 29. I think she may be 30 this year. 30 or next year.
But see, that's my point.
Yeah,
we got plenty of time to do Stephanie Fakir and Rhea Ripley.
Rhea started young. She started young.
Actually, she's already becoming like a vet. So yeah.
Yeah, she's already kind of like a vet. I mean, now.
Well, she's 29, so she'll be 30 on October the 11th. So yeah, plenty of time for some Rhea Ripley. So
sorry, I sidetracked us there, but
no, that's okay. Booking. So let's see here. I'm trying to remember who goes next here.
It's Cody.
Oh yeah, it's Cody. Thank you. And Cody, you're lucky SOB. You know why? We get to talk about probably everybody's most anticipated WrestleMania match of the weekend. Brock Lesnar going up against the ruler, Opa Femi. So here it is right here. Who do you think's going to win this match?
So that they're doing a good job. They like to psych people out with this. because Oba's had the upper hand on Brock every week.
Yeah,
leading
but
up to
does
this,
that
like,
scare you?
no, because like I think if they do it right, like Oba needs to win this match. I think he's gonna win this match because like I mean I wouldn't be surprised if Brock wins whatsoever. But I mean there's just Brock doesn't need it. He's like it's like what Bryce said with Drew earlier, but to a higher level because he's Brock fucking Lesnar. Yeah, he's invincible. Like he can put this guy over. He's still Brock Lesnar. He's put over other people like in the past 10 years, you know. He's still Brock Lesnar. It's Oba. The guy's made. The guy is made after this. I mean, if they're going to run it back, I could say, but I mean, where are you going to run it back in between this and SummerSlam? I mean, are you going to do that? I mean, they may. I mean, I don't know.
Never
But
say
I mean,
never.
yeah, but I think it's got to be Oba. Oba's got to win this.
Okay. So Mark, what do you think here? Opa or Brock?
Brock doesn't need to win. Brock, you know, he's on a different level than everybody else when it comes to WWE. He doesn't need a title. He doesn't need this. He doesn't need that. All he has to do is be in the match, and the match is, you know, his name
Made, yeah.
It makes him. Oba wins. I mean, I've got to see Oba live when I went to NXT quite a few times. Watching him live and watching him now, I see the difference on what he was and what he has become. And it's a big difference. I think Oba wins it, gets his big, that's the start of his push. And you won't see Brock Lesnar again until probably July to start his build up to his retirement at SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm. Easily, most definitely, he's getting ready for his retirement tour for SummerSlam against hopefully a certain ring general. So Bryce, what about you? What do you think, Brock or Opa?
Yeah, I got to go Oba here. Brock is obviously, I think we can all tell Brock he's getting close to going out the door. Makes sense. I mean, he's getting close to 50 years old. I think that he's definitely. Yeah, I'll be honest, Brock, the shape that he's in, Brock could keep going if he wanted to.
Yeah.
But I think it's more so like a personal decision with him. I know in like years past, like he said multiple times that he's thought about retiring multiple times, even in the past couple of years. But every time he starts,
he had to come back to feed his kids.
And every time, and he says every single time he gets back in a train or getting ready for a new match, he has that competitive spirit gets reignited in him, and he second guesses himself, like maybe I still got some more left in the tank. So, but I think he's out on the way out, and I don't. There's no reason for him to bury Oba on his way out. If Oba's going to be the future, pass the torch. I know how we always say that usually when a guy gets over on another guy, the whole feud 9 times out of 10 he loses. I think this is one of those 10% times where Oba dominated him the whole way through and will beat him WrestleMania. I think this is going to go one or two ways. Either this is going to be like Brock Lesnar and Goldberg at WrestleMania a couple years back, where it was a 5-minute, but it was a 5-minute just banger, just yeah. Probably one of the best matches of all time that went under 5 minutes.
Agreed.
I would say so myself. It's either going to be one of those, or Oba's going to come out here and he's going to absolutely squash Brock. I would not. Now, I'm not saying that will happen, but it would not surprise me if Oba came out here and just beat the dog breaks off of him.
You mean like what Goldberg did the first at SummerSlam?
Yes, that's about it. Yes, it would not surprise me. Now, obviously, that would definitely piss off a bunch of people because this is a match that a lot of people are looking forward to. It might piss some people off that it goes short, but these are two heavy, big guys. I don't see this match going 15, 20 minutes. Brock goes 15, 20 minutes sometimes, but 9 times out of 10, when he goes 15 to 20 minutes, it's against wrestlers that are seasoned to go that far.
Right.
I think this is going to be a shorter match, but I think it's going to have a lot of fireworks. Or, like I said, Oba might come out here and squash him. But regardless, I think Oba wins. Oba has to win here. There's no reason for Brock to bury him on his way out.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm definitely going to be on that same train of Opa just gonna, like, look at this. He's gonna march his way down to that ring. He's gonna march. He's going to conquer Brock Lesnar. So easy decision on that. But I just want to just give just so much credit, because this is the one thing I know a lot of people have been freaking just, criticizing WWE booking right now, which is absolutely fair. But the one thing they have just gotten 110% correct is Opa Femming. Like, they even changed his song a little bit where, like, those lights go out and you hear that first, whoa, like, you just know shit's about to go down. Like, it's going to get intense. It's going to get awesome. The crowd is so into him. Like, everything with Opa is working. But I was worried about, can Opa cut a promo? Because that's the one thing that was missing, is could he cut that promo to make himself a main eventer? Because that's what it is. That's the difference between a mid-carder and a main eventer, is if you could cut that promo and back it up in the ring. I know Opa can back it up in the ring, but I was just worried about the promo work until this yesterday night on Monday Night Raw, where he cut that promo on Paul Heyman. Gave me literal goosebumps. That guy can talk. And then, as you saw on the camera after the promo was done, Triple H literally was walk up to him immediately, whisper something in his ear. I bet it was something like, great promo, it's time to push you. Like, really, really push you. So, Opa, you pass every test imaginable. You deserve this rocket on your back. Your presentation's great. Your music is great. Your moveset is great. Everything about you, spot on. The very few things that WWE is getting right, and I hope they can continue that momentum train. I think this is leading to Opa Femming winning the world title at SummerSlam. So it starts right here, right now, Sunday, conquering the beast, Brock Lesnar. Opa with a humongous victory.
And there's a mythology behind this one, because what it's going to turn him into, because Brock, it's like other people have said, like, Brock's that sleeping dragon that comes down from the mountains every now and then to terrorize the village to face the new hero. Think about what this is going to do for like Oba, who's like he's not like a local hero. He's like another monster. I mean, this is Kong and Godzilla right here. So this is good. This is good. This is going to be pretty rad.
Is this generation's the irresistible force meeting the immovable object?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's very big similarity right there. But I like Bryce's approach, though. I think this match doesn't need to be more than 5 minutes, just because I think just their style and everything. I think it'd just be a lot more fun them going at it. I would say at max 10 minutes, but short, kind of almost in a way shorter the better. Just as if Oba really does squash Brock Lesnar, there's not a freaking person on that roster other than maybe Roman Reigns that can compete with Oba Femi realistically.
Now, here's a weird thing. What happens if there's no contest?
I don't think they're going to do that. I think this is, again, like I've been saying the entirety of this show, that they are building. I know, but I think it's just they're going to build the future, and Opa absolutely is going to be a pillar, and he has to win this match. This is like there's no other choice.
I agree.
If it were, just throwing it out there, if it were to go to no contest, they would have to run it back. They could not end it there. They would have to run it back. And so then that would come down to Brock Lesnar scheduling and all this and that. So there's a lot more that goes into that. But I mean, it's definitely a thought. And like how I said, it would not surprise me at all if Oba comes out here and absolutely squashes Brock Lesnar. It would not shock me at all. I'm just throwing that out there.
But I think it'll go about the 5-10 minute mark.
Yeah. After that, they'll just gas each other out. I think like I said earlier, anytime Brock goes long matches, he's in there with a ring. No pun intended. He's in there with a ring general. AJ Styles, CM Punk, Daniel Bryan. Those are the type of guys that Brock Lesnar can work with and go 20 minutes because they know how to lay out a match and they know where the breaks need to be. They can say, okay, Brock, this is where you need to take your break and get it. When you got two big guys in there, you can run out of gas very fast. So I think they should just put those two guys in there. like Big E says, two big meaty men slapping meat for about 5-10 minutes, and then let Oba go over. I think that's what they should do.
Hell yeah. So I couldn't say that better myself, gentlemen. So that's the crazy part. We talk this match like it's the main event of WrestleMania.
It has the best story. I feel like.
I know, but that's the crazy part. This is going to be the first match of night 2 for free on ESPN. I would have forced people to buy the package of ESPN to watch Oba Femi whoop Brock Lesnar's ass. That's what I would have done personally. But you know what? I don't make the decisions. But that's crazy. We've been talking like hyping this matchup like it's the main event, but it is not, because the main event of the entirety of WrestleMania is CM Punk, the best in the world, defending the World Heavyweight Championship against the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. And Mark, you get the honor and the privilege to start this with us here. Who do you think is going to win the main event of WrestleMania? Is it CM Punk, where this will be his first single WrestleMania main event? Or is it going to go to Roman Reigns, which is his, I believe, his 11th or 12th main event of WrestleMania? Ooh, knowledge.
I believe that he can't win, or Roman Reigns has not won the past 2 years. I believe that Roman Reigns goes over. And I do believe that his family, and I'm not just talking about the Usos, I believe his family gets involved.
See, I'm not the biggest fan of that. I think there's enough story where they don't need anybody but
but we're talking
we've seen that before, though. Yeah, we've seen that.
We're talking about what? What happens in Roman Reigns? Roman Reigns has a big family. I'm not saying it's the family that's there. I'm saying that somebody new could be coming along.
Are we talking about something like that begins with the letter Z? Sokoa?
Fucking Zilla.
Or Fatu, excuse me, Fatu.
I believe he's on his way. I just don't know when. But I believe that.
Very interesting.
I'm not quite honestly, I'm not a CM Punk fan. Never have been.
Wow.
You know what? Sorry, we just lost Mark again. Dadgummit, man. He's got
a controversial take there.
Man, Mark, you're back. What's going on, man?
But I also don't like it that Roman Reigns is a part-time wrestler neither. That's the problem I have with my pick. But I am going to go with Roman Reigns, but I'm not. I don't want him as champion because you're never going to see the title.
Right. Yeah, and here's the thing, too. I just saw like an interview with Roman Reigns that he did. He said that he's nowhere near close to retiring. But again, I don't blame him because you only get to wrestle like 4 times a year. So, yeah your body would still be pretty fresh. But, it is what it is, though. But, Mark, I'm very sad. My CM Punk heart's sad. But you know what? We love wrestling. We're allowed to like what we like and just respect everybody. I think that's awesome that you are going to be going for Roman Reigns. But what about you, Bryce? Who are you going for? Are you going with the OTC or the best in the world?
Yeah, this is one of the more tougher picks that I've had to go with.
Which about time for a WrestleMania main event being unpredictable.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta be honest. It feels that way. I mean, it feels like it could really, it could go either way. I will say this though. I know that AJ, y'all were saying earlier, talking about how AJ Lee was thinking about taking time off after WrestleMania, right? Who's to say that Punk doesn't take time off with her?
True.
And I'm just throwing that out there. It could be a possibility. Now, I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna say I'm a massive fan of CM Punk. I just want to go ahead and throw that out there. CM Punk kept me watching wrestling when wrestling got bad. CM Punk kept me glued to this product, so I owe that to him. The reason why I'm a wrestling fan today is because CM Punk kept me hooked. So I got to throw that out there. Man, it sucks because I like both of these guys, and I'd be cool both of these guys being champion. The only thing about Roman being champion is just like how Mark was just saying. I remember back when Brock was a champion for 500 days. Y'all remember that back in the day when he was champ for 500 days. He only defended it 4 or 5 times, like every 3-4 months.
I think it was 10 altogether.
Yeah, and it was just, and I told myself then, I was like, I hate this. Like, if you're going to be a world champion, you got to be there.
Be there.
And so that's one thing that irks me about Roman is if he's going to be world champion, he's got to be there. He's got to be there. And then Sam, I
Flip the coin.
I'm flipping the coin. Right now, I'm leaning towards Roman, but I'm going to be honest with you. My pick may change between here and the time we go to make our picks in the core. So right now, I'm leaning towards Roman only because of the fact, like I say, with AJ Lee getting ready to take time off, it would not shock me if Punk did too. It would not shock me. You got to think Punk is getting older. You know, he obviously, like, he don't have the same spring. We all know that. We can watch him now, and then we can go back and watch him in 2011. You can obviously tell he doesn't have the same spring. Nobody would. You're getting older. That's just life. That is life in general. So, but I still think he has gas in the tank. I still think he has time left. I think he can still contribute to the wrestling industry, obviously. But I think Roman goes over here. But again, that pick can definitely change. I got a lot to think about between here and Sunday.
All right. See, we got so far 2 for Roman. Now, hopefully, we're going to get 2 for Punk.
Oh, we know
maybe,
what Cody's going to pick.
Or maybe,
You see
yeah.
on his
Cody,
face.
Yes.
my buddy,
All right.
best in the world over
So-
here. What do you think?
All right. So, how do I go about starting this? There are way too many factors here that decides the outcome of this, and every single logical scenario is with Punk walking out with that title. What the hell does Roman have to do with it? Well, they're going to do Roman. I don't care about Roman and Seth. I really don't care. They're both propaganda boys that have been overhyped by the company. I like Roman's recent work in recent years, but he's overhyped. Face it, he is.
I like Seth over Roman.
I will agree. I will agree on this too. Like you were saying, Roman versus Seth. If they do that, they don't need the title to do that.
They don't need the title.
They don't need the title to do that. So
Quite
I agree
frankly,
with you on that.
And go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just saying I definitely agree with you on that. Yeah.
And like, I mean, at least Seth, like, Seth shows up to work, but he's not interesting to me. Roman doesn't show. He's more compelling, but he doesn't show up to work. So whatever on that. Somebody said, I know they pointed out last night that well, what's next for Punk if he beats Roman? It's like, well, I mean, a few things, you know. But I mean, what's for Roman? A vacation for 3 or 4 months? I mean, also there are way too many things here, and like, okay, so let's just get to it. The Usos, if you want to talk about involving family, all right, let's talk about the real head of the family. If he's showing up, we all know who we're talking about. I'm not talking about Zilla either. I'm talking about The Rock. If he's showing up, that from Bad Blood, you lost to Cody, you lost to Seth, and now you lost to Punk, who's been disrespecting our family. And you that's it. You're done. You're not the cheapest shit. Like, if Punk beats him clean, that is the most perfect thing you can do to end this Mania. You run it back, and Punk can leave and stay face, and then you can have Rock embrace Roman, have the Usos embrace him, and then Rock signals to the Usos to drop him. That is the most perfect way to end this WrestleMania. The most perfect way. And there's a good chance, good probability it's not going to happen. Or
that.
Punk can join Rock, and then
he's got his. Do you think that's
he's got his champions in Punk and Randy, and after Randy drops Pat's goofy ass, it's not you, it's this guy. Yeah, like, and then you can build it, and that's what I was going to say. But they still have to hold off on that Cody Hill turn. If they're going to do if that's what they want to do, this Rock Roman match, we all know that. I don't care if I get it or not. I mean, but in this case, it does make more sense. But if they do that, they're going to have to do Cody and Punk. And I mean, I mean, I figured Cody would be the heel in that, but I don't know if it's looking that way. But I think Punk's got to take this. Every single scenario I can think of, Punk's got to win this match, and that's not just because he's my favorite. I'm putting that aside. Like logic wise, there's nothing for Roman to win this. We've been there with this bloodline shit. We don't want to keep seeing the same thing. Like bring back the blood, dude. Whatever. Sammy and Jay were the best things about the bloodline, and The Rock.
Right.
I mean, it's done. We've been there, done that. Exile Roman, have him be stripped of everything, and have to climb back up to take the throne from the final boss, become the High Chief.
So you're saying, use that, like have Punk go over and use that loss to build towards Rock and Roman.
Yeah,
that's a good take. I mean, that's a solid take right there.
The three strikes at Bad Blood weren't for Cody; they're for Roman.
Roman.
You lost to Cody, you lost to Seth, you lost to Punk. You're done. You're done. You're not the chief of shit. You're not the head of anything. I'm the head of the table. The
only problem I would have with that is the fact that Rock likes to start a storyline, but he can't finish it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he did last year, but yeah, he took off last year.
Yeah, he fucked that whole storyline up last year.
But I think with the Cody storyline, this is a Roman centered one. This is family. This is the thing he wanted to do. They should have done this at 39 and being in Hollywood, but like this is it, dude. If you don't set this up now, like we're done forever.
Yeah. They got to pull the trigger soon, or it's not happening.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, I think Punk needs to go over. I think Punk wins. Yeah. It'd be interesting to see how, though.
Okay.
Definitely, it's going to be interesting to see how. So, but with me though, I like what I'm going to borrow kind of like what Bryce was saying, that if you're going to be a world champion, if you're going to be the champion, you absolutely have to be here. I absolutely agree with that. I agree with Cody that we've done the big tribal storyline and everything. So, like, what else is there going to be for Roman Reigns up until this point in time? This is why, for those two things that those gentlemen have brought up, why I'm going to be picking CM Punk to win this match. Because if CM Punk wins this match, he's going to show up. Roman Reigns is not going to show up, because I think at this point in time, the only two matches that Roman Reigns has to do at this point in time, and then his story is done, he can retire. There's nothing for him left to do. Two matches, Seth Rollins and The Rock.
Yep.
Those are the only two matches he has left, and he can do both of those without the World Heavyweight Championship or the Undisputed WWE Championship. But I also think, too, that if Roman's the world champion, he's not going to be the one dropping it to Obafemi. Punk is the more realistic option to dropping that world title to Obafemi, because Punk can get Obafemi over, like with promos and everything like that, a lot better than Roman Reigns can. So I am definitely thinking, and I think this is just going to be a simple one-on-one wrestling match. I do like the fact that The Rock can possibly come out afterwards. I think that's still possibly on the table, because again, never say never. But I definitely think that CM Punk beats Roman Reigns clean in the main event of WrestleMania. Best of the World gets the job done in his first singles main event world title match.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, when that show is over and Monday rolls around, we know Punk's gonna be there. Is Roman gonna be there?
But here's what I like.
Roman will be on that one, but then
after that, he'll be gone. He'll come out and I lost this, that, and that, and then I'll be back or whatever, and he'll split, you know.
No, exactly. But here's what I do like what you say, Bryce, about like if Punk loses, that he will take time off with AJ Lee. But here's the deal, too. We got Backlash. So Backlash is a B-level pay-per-view where you don't necessarily need a world title match because right now the headliner for that pay-per-view is going to be Cody and Jelly Roll versus Randy Orton and Pat McAfee. So you really honestly don't need a world title match in that. So easily enough time for Punk to go on a little bit of a hiatus as world champion.
He can take time off
AJ
and
Lee and let
retain.
him rest up and then come back and do some
Yeah,
other
but-
feuds with like a dirty Dominic Mysterio and all that.
But since he's been a world champion, he has not taken a PLE off.
Well, I know, and that's the thing too with Punk, and I respect him for it, that he definitely does not want to take a time off, but I'm pretty sure like Triple H and them are going to say, just take 2 weeks. That's all we're asking you to do, is just take 2 weeks. Like, we don't need you for Backlash. If you want to come hang out in the back, you absolutely can. But like, just take it easy.
Well, yeah, because Rumble.
Yeah, and AJ going home will help it a lot.
It would be a great motivator.
Motivator. For him just to take time off himself would be, probably a hard ask. But for him to say, okay, well, AJ's, what's up?
We forgot one thing.
Oh, what did we forget?
Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
Oh, you think he's going to screw Punk?
I don't know, but we did forget about him.
Those storylines are intertwining. They have been intertwining a lot.
Well, I think at this point, though, like, I think Randy drops him. Randy could drop him, and then, like,
I don't think he'll drop him until SmackDown if he does that. I think they want to make a big splash for SmackDown. It's right after, so I just think that maybe.
But is he?
But
is he not? Yeah, I just figured like what could tie into that. With I don't know. It all depends if they got Rock.
I mean, CM Punk and Pat McAfee have been talking about each other on their promos.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
if Pat McAfee is involved in both main events, I will rage. I will watching this product for like 2 or 3 months. I will not watch.
Yeah,
but is he? But are they just using it as a plan to trick Roman? All in unison with The Rock. I mean, who?
Anything?
Oh my gosh! Could you imagine if Punk and Orton paired with McAfee? Holy shit!
Oh, man.
But he's like, I think like he could be an avatar for like Rock, but I don't know. It just depends. Rock's the bottom line. Ironically enough, that's the bottom line.
Because
Pat could, because obviously Pat's good on the mic. He's got his career in journalism, so that obviously that ties in and helps him a lot in that aspect as well. But he could very well be a mouthpiece for somebody that we haven't seen yet. He could be. It's a possibility. He could be someone's mouthpiece.
Mark, were you about to say something?
No, I agree with Bryce.
Alrighty, so that is all 13 matches. Just a deep dive into those 13 matches. I absolutely love it. So before we actually just to end this stream here, I know we've been going for a long time, and I appreciate you gentlemen in your time because I could talk wrestling for hours, so yes. I can absolutely do it.
You got a question? One question. I have one question. We can do this now, or we can do it towards the end of the show. I want to ask each of y'all, what is a WrestleMania match, excluding Shawn versus Undertaker at WrestleMania 25? What is a WrestleMania match that was not a main event that each of you believe should have been a main event of that given year's WrestleMania? All
right, let's think on that because I got an idea how we can close out of like what everybody's doing on their channels. Then they can answer that question. But I love that question. So please remember that. Do not let me forget that because that is a really damn good question. Because I got my ultimate answer on that. But what I was wanting to do real quick, this is just
but I know what it is.
So this is like a speed round here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 quick questions here, and this is just like we're going to go quick on this because again we've about hit 2 hours and 37 minutes, so just quick answers here. You can take a little time to think, but just quick answers here, and let's go with the first question here, and we'll do is just Cody, Mark, Bryce, me, and that's going to just be the order on all of them. So Cody, we're going to start off with you. First question: do you think there's going to be any shockers for WrestleMania 42? Like any crazy bold predictions?
Like,
Like it's kind of like what I said earlier, like a Roxanne over Liv.
Oh yeah, I'll say a Bianca heel turn.
Okay, Mark, what about you?
Paige showing up at in the match between AJ Lee and.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Do not tease me with a good time, son of a bitch.
I've been saying I wanted
we lost
her back
this
for a
one,
while.
boys. We lost this one, boys. But Bryce, what about you? We can try.
I mean, this obviously is a long shot, but just a shot in the dark that I thought would be really cool, and it goes back to what we alluded to earlier. Was if The Rock was to show up at the end, and that and like you said, if Roman loses and the 3 strikes are out, if he was to do that at the end of the show, I think that would be interesting. I think that would be a good way to end it too. I think that would give some people to talk about, which is always the goal. You want people to leave the arena talking about it. So I think that would definitely do that.
No, that's a damn good one as well. What I'm going to go is like what I alluded to earlier in the Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes match. It's the Legacy 2.0 formation of Ethan Page and Ricky Saints aligning themselves with Randy Orton, because I think that could be very shocking and something you can easily carry the story with Cody Rhodes for months to come with that feud with Randy Orton, because it's going to continue after WrestleMania. So, all right. So the next question here, let's see here. I'm trying to figure out which one I want to kind of finish for last here. Cody, all right, next question here. What match do you think needed to be added to this WrestleMania? It's like I alluded to that Sunday has 6 matches, but if we can add one more to make it night 1 7 and night 2 7, what match do you think deserves to be on WrestleMania?
Io and Asuka. For whoever wins over, to win over Kyrie.
Oh, see, if they really went with that, that could have been a very interesting WrestleMania match.
Maybe it'll still be added. Maybe. I mean,
they would have added it last
time. I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
I agree with them.
Yeah.
Okay, so both of you the same will, Asuka and Io.
Yep.
I hate to say it. I said it earlier. I love Asuka and Io, but I think just a Tiffany Stratton and Julia would be a great WrestleMania match as well.
Yes. Or Carmelo just being on the card in general. Anywhere on the card in general. There's another one.
Agreed. Or I would have loved to have the mask versus mask match that they're doing in AAA on Saturday. I would love to have that at WrestleMania too, because I think that could have been a fun WrestleMania moment.
That should have been at WrestleMania.
And wasn't it last year they did it? I mean, that was or was it year before he was at WrestleMania? What year?
It was supposed to be Ray versus El Grande Americano, but Ray got hurt, so they had to do Ray Phoenix.
Okay, yeah.
That was a good match too. Damn good match.
Yeah, it was a damn good match. See, it was a match that Chad Gable already said it was his favorite match at WrestleMania last year. I got a chance to saw his tweet on it.
Could you imagine if Chad Gable learned Luchador? Like, he would be incredible.
Dude, it would be so amazing, and the best teacher for him would be El Grande.
Exactly. They need to start working together.
All right, so match needed. So I did that. So I did
poor Mark.
I need to know what I need to. You know what I need to know? I need to know what type of boots that El Grande wears, because one night sometimes he's 6 inches taller than he usually is, and so I don't know if that's just a difference in boots.
All that is because it's that El Grande lost his boots and Chad Gable lended the boots to him.
See, that makes sense. I still think it's R-Truth under there, but I could be wrong.
No,
dude, that is what's up. So all right, we talk about.
I can tell Mark is just not with this shit right now.
But okay, so let's move along before Mark just loses control here.
He's like these damn kids.
We just talked about
funny.
But we just talked about the most needed match or the match that needs to be added for WrestleMania. But let's do something a little different. Which match would you take away from WrestleMania that you're like, all right, this match does not need to be on the card?
Really? I mean, really? And again, no disrespect to them, but that women's tag, a 4-way, like, whatever.
I agree with you.
Yeah, there's another agreement. Yeah, there's another full agreement.
Yeah, great wrestlers in that match. There's some couple of great wrestlers in that match, but Get it. I don't need it.
You put that many in a match, it gets diluted, and then you start seeing mistakes and all these other things start coming to the forefront.
You could have put half of those women in the match, and then put the United States title or the Intercontinental Women's title, one of the two, up in the rafters,
or the other half could have had a number one contendership match for the next pay-per-view.
Right.
Just there's a lot of things they could have did there.
Mm-hmm. All right, got 3 more questions left, fellas, and then we will just start wrapping everything up here. All right, let's do it this way. Who do you think had the best build to their particular WrestleMania match? Who do you think had the best build?
Oba and Brock.
Yes.
Again, yeah.
Okay, so I'm the same way too, but I will also give an honorable mention to Stephanie Valkyrie and Liv.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that.
They've been freaking great, and I still think Roman and CM Punk were good too. A little weird in direction the past 2 weeks, but after last night, I thought they were back on track too.
Last night was definitely.
I meant to say that earlier with Liv and Stephanie, because it's gotten intense.
It has.
Yeah,
they really juiced that one. Yeah, they really juiced that one up.
Yeah. So, and then another question here. Actually, I'm going to save that question for last because I think that's going to be the most interesting of what makes WrestleMania. So the next question I have is, what do you think is going to be the best match at WrestleMania?
I think actually, I'm still going to say, I'm going to give it to Drew and Jacob.
That's a good pick.
Right off the bat, I mean, that's what my gut wants to say. I think you're going to surprise people.
I want to agree with you, but for some reason, I just think Punk and Roman match is going to be really good.
Mm-hmm.
Storytelling wise, it's going to be the best, the most fascinating one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. I agree. Like from a story perspective, for sure. Bryce, what about you? Best match for WrestleMania?
Well, I hate to say it. I personally lean towards Seth and Gunther. Gunther has had 5-star classics at WrestleMania before. In fact, I would say he performs his absolute best at WrestleMania. So I know he's going to be there. And Seth, obviously, it don't matter. He's been there all those years. He's got the tenured. He's a vet. He knows what he's doing. So I think those two guys have real potential to steal the show. Now, will they? I don't know. The time they get and all that will definitely factor into that. I think they definitely have potential to absolutely steal the show. So that's who I'm going to go with. Not saying it'll happen, but I feel like that those two have real potential to really go out there and put on a classic.
No, absolutely. Damn it, Bryce, you stole the words out of my mouth right there, because I definitely think you got some of the best workers in the ring, like in-ring workers in the world right now of Seth and Gunther. And I said, what is the best match? So, Bryce, Matt or Mark, I agree with you. CM Punk and Roman would be the best storytelling match this weekend. Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. But the best in-ring match is easily going to go with Seth versus Gunther. I think that match is going to be terrific ring work. Is it going to be the best story ring work? No. But is it going to be the best, just the two best at their craft going at it at the grandest stage of them all? Absolutely. So I'm going with Seth Gunther for that. And then the last question I have, and this is going to be a fun question here. So, Cody, you go first, because what makes WrestleMania, and you kind of alluded to kind of like the earlier stages right before we went live here, is the entrances. Who do you think is going to have the best entrance for WrestleMania this
year? Yeah, the Punk.
Oh, do you think he's going to come? That's the thing. Do you think he's going to come out to his Ring of Honor song? Because a lot of people are asking for it.
AFI? I believe it's going to play partially, because he alluded to that, like on social media, like in front of like the, it wasn't the Sphere, but one of the casinos out here, and he showed like his, that jacket. So.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, I'm stoked for that. I'm getting that. I got to get that on video. Finn's is good. The demon entrance is the shit. That's gonna be awesome. Yeah, I feel sure. Well, Charlotte's not solo this year. She's had a few interesting ones. And by the way, I want to interject with that. That's Mrs. WrestleMania. She's not even one of my favorite. She's not even one of my favorite women's wrestlers. She really isn't. I don't put her in my top 6 favorites, but she is Mrs. WrestleMania. Sean is Mr. WrestleMania. That's from what I've seen. That's Mrs. WrestleMania. I will give her that. But sorry.
Yeah. You can't do no. Like I got no objection to that. Like you love or hate Charlotte Flair, she always brings it for WrestleMania. So that's
she usually has, if not just the best match for the women. She's had like one of the top, if not the best match, one of the top 2 or 3 at every WrestleMania that WrestleMania, but you know.
I got to see one of the best women's WrestleMania matches of all time in person for 32 with her, Sasha, and Becky. I got the privilege to see that. That match easily stole the night. But I could go, again, another hour on that. So let's go to Mark here. Mark, who do you think, which wrestler is going to have the best entrance?
The Demon.
That's a good pick. Bryce, what about you?
Yeah, I'll probably say the Demon too. Although I would kind of be neat to see what kind of entrance Randy has this year. You know, if Randy, for some reason, you never know. In the past he's had, you know, decent entrance, but I feel like this year could be the year where they really give him a good walkout entrance. I don't know. Personally, I feel like it's probably going to be the Demon because obviously he's the Demon and he had, you know, the aura entrance of what it is. But obviously, you know, Roman will probably have a good entrance. I think Randy will have one.
Cody would probably do something theatrical.
Yeah, Cody would probably do something. But like you were saying, I'm kind of curious to see what type of entrance CM Punk has because he has been kind of planting that seed there, so I would be interested to see that. I thought CM Punk's entrance last year was really great with the fire burn, the drawback to this fire burn.
Yeah.
I thought that was really good.
I lost my shit when that happened.
And Living Color playing live, I was like, yes,
yeah, dude, man, what an entrance.
But let me get my picks here but first, this is actually why I'm worried about Chester. Will Liv come out with that dumbass music video at WrestleMania? That is what I am afraid of.
Good Lord. Y'all know they cut time away. They cut time away out of Roman and Punk and them segment just so they could run that freaking video. That you could have just went to YouTube. They could have just been like, hey, go to YouTube and watch it. We didn't have to see it on Raw.
What's the name of it? Trouble? Is that the name of it?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And it's basically her theme song, but
it is her theme song.
Yeah, with her just singing over it.
But I'll just tell you this: she is in trouble with that music video. God, that was bad.
We got Brittany at home.
But
no, she's in rehab.
For my best entrances here, I'm very surprised not one of you said one person or my main answer. So that's good that I get to use my secret answer for this. But I do agree that Finn Balor's going to have a great entrance. I agree that CM Punk is going to have a great entrance. But I do want to mention also 2 honorable mentions for great potential entrances. I think Stephanie Fakir is going to have a really cool entrance, like with the horns and the devilness and all that. I think she's going to have something really cool for her to establish her as a top female wrestler. Another honorable mention, you know they're going to do something badass with Trick Williams, with people saying whoop that trick.
Yeah.
I think he's going to have a great presentation as well to try again display him as a featured player in the business. But my number one answer, and I'm very shocked that nobody has said it, and I'm glad nobody said it, I think you absolutely have to nail, and my favorite, or what I think is going to be the best entrance, is Opa Femi's.
Yes. I agree 100%.
I think they got to just do something so spectacularly huge for him to establish that, hey, he's going to be a pillar for this business for years to come. So here he is. We're going to just go all out on Opa Femi. We're putting the damn rocket on his back. So I think he's going to have the best entrance for WrestleMania.
And what about and also Rhea and Jade too? Like their entrances will be interesting. They may not do something for one,
potential.
But I feel like one of them will get something. Like I watched Rhea's entrance from Mania 40 yesterday, actually, just to see her and Chris Motionless. She got to see, that's her favorite band. She got to like eye to eye with them.
God.
Look at my eyes. I was like, that is awesome.
What it would be cool is if they brought him back to sing his new Afraid of the Dark, and then play Rhea out again. I thought that would be really cool.
You know, that her theme song, that actually put me on to that band, because I was listening to that theme song and I was like, man, this is a kick-ass song.
I saw them live back in the day, but
I read when I went and like started looking them up and realized they've been in the game for a while. They've been around making music for a while, and they slipped under the radar. I mean, for me anyway. I
was like you. I didn't really listen to them much. I mean, I still don't. Aside from, I love that song, but yeah, I saw them at a music festival like a decade ago or something. But Little Yachty.
That's a good question. Didn't Sami Zayn kick Lil Yachty the other night?
Yeah, and hopefully he kicked him right out of the picture. Dang.
Did he drop the microphone during Trick's entrance? Did he drop his microphone?
I can't remember. But
Brett, man, I also want to ask, what's been everybody's favorite moment from this stream? Because mine, I'm going to tell you, was Mark. Dude, I don't give a fuck about Jay.
Yeah, I don't give a. It just remind me of like the haunted house. I don't give a fuck. Keisha.
I don't give a fuck. Well, okay. Now I get to ask my one question.
Yeah, ask your one question. Sorry. Ask your question, and then everybody.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot about that.
When it's answering the question, if you have anything coming up on like YouTube or just something, that would be your time to mention it as well. So Cody will go first, but Bryce, ask the question.
Yes, the question is, what is a WrestleMania match outside of Shawn versus Taker? Because obviously that's the one everyone goes to. Outside of that match, what is a WrestleMania match that did not main event that you feel like should have main evented that year's WrestleMania?
Well, I mean, I think the obvious one is like, I mean, I'm going to say mine, but I mean, the obvious one would be Hogan or Rock. But the one I think Shawn and Kurt probably Mania 21 right off the bat. Because
my favorite WrestleMania match of all time, WrestleMania.
They went out there and put a classic.
Yeah, I mean, good luck fucking to whoever. Yeah. Like, good luck touching that.
And anything coming up, Cody?
I get I'm supposed to do a couple of streams in the next few months. Is Ash who moderates over here? I know I'm on Good Road, but
Ashton's our he's pretty much my arrangement of all three channels.
I have to do a show with Pat and Brett. I may do a birthday one, but I need to do Maximum Overdrive this coming summer. I was gonna see if he'd put Pat's channel in the chat for people.
Yeah, Ashton, if you're still there, if you want to put their YouTube link, that would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, I know my buddy Happy Sandro wants to do one soon, and then Kyle, but I got Mark on talk. I got him on Instagram earlier. I thought I was already following him. Sorry, dude. And I gotta get Bryce. But yeah, I'll connect with them on there because this has been fun.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I appreciate you guys talking up with me. I hope I didn't overtalk anybody, but
oh no, that's okay. I kind of assumed that we were going to
go. These things always run long like this.
3. Yeah, and guess what? I could talk another 3 hours too. That's the thing. I could talk another 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Ashton.
Yeah, there we go. So that's be sure to follow that YouTube and subscribe to them.
Those guys are
Cody.
Yeah, those it'd be a few months out from now, but like, yeah, those are my buddies. They always have fun streams, and members of this community are popping over there. Like, great time, fun guys.
No, they are fun. I've been trying to figure out a way to get it on their channel. It's just unfortunate. It's always been bad timing, but I hear nothing but excellent things about those gentlemen.
I've hung out with them outside of like the internet, like in the real world. So great times.
Hell yeah. So all right, Mark, now it's going to be your time for that question, and anything coming up on Talking Shit.
I'll answer his question in a minute. Talking Shit will be on Historically Haunted podcast this Thursday at 7. And then next week we have a musical guest. His name is Matt James. and that'll be next. One, yeah, shit. It'll be the following Thursday, at 8 o'clock on Talking Shit. And mine is because I went there live, and it was my first WrestleMania I ever seen, WrestleMania 3. I know Hogan and Andre were the main event, but it should have been Savage and Steamboat.
Damn.
Oh
Good
yeah.
pick. God, that's such a good pick. Bryce, what about you? Your own question and any thing you got coming up on with your projects?
I'm usually, obviously the projects are always moving. I'm always trying to drop new videos every day, if not every other day. So you can find me Facebook, Instagram, any social media app. All you gotta do is Google my name, Bryce Tucker. I should pop
comes
up.
up immediately because I was looking up your stuff and it comes up immediately. Bryce Tucker.
Yes, I was shocked about that. My one of my good friends actually brought that up to me. He was like, "Dude, you realize that like if you Google yourself right now, you can find yourself?" And I was like, "Nah, it's bullshit." And I searched myself up. It was right there, Bryce Tucker, internet personality, and I was like, "What the fuck?" But it was
Made it.
definitely awesome to see that. But yeah, you can catch me anywhere. As far as my picks, the one I got to go to, and it was already alluded to, Rock and Hogan. I feel like 1,000%. Jericho and Triple H, even though they had a great main event match, debatable.
Yeah, how do you follow
it
that?
was nothing.
Yeah.
You can't follow. Another one that I was saying, this is controversial. The reason why this was controversial is because a lot of people agree with the main event. Shawn and Rick. Shawn and Rick. And
Yeah.
the only reason why I pull back a little bit is because Taker and Edge had an unbelievable WrestleMania match.
Yeah.
That one was great watching it live too.
Any other main event or any other match on that card as a main event, it would not have lived up to the expectation. But just because it was Taker and Edge, it was okay for them not to go last. But I've always said that. It was even brought up about, I think Rick was the one that even shot it down and was like, no, they need to go on last. I'm not going on last. Because I think it was originally pitched to Rick that him and Shawn finished the show. And Rick didn't want to. Now, I could be completely wrong on that, but I do remember in years past reading something about that, about Rick not wanting to go last. But yeah, I would say Rick and Shawn, and then Hogan and Rock, 1,000%. Because that arena went crazy for Hogan and Rock. I mean, you watch that arena switch sides back and forth the whole way. Hulk Hogan when he hulked up, that might have been one of my favorite moments in WrestleMania history. Just to see the crowd reaction, and then when Rock kicks out, the air leave the building. But yeah, that's got to be my pick.
No, absolutely, dude. That's such a good one. What's coming up with me? This is my second of 5 streams that I'm doing this week, and I got to do 2 tomorrow. For Good Real Hunting, I'm going to do my Fright Bites Live, which is a birthday edition one. So we're just going to hang out, ask random questions about birthday stuff, since this is my birthday week. And then on Chills and Thrills tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern time, it will be my birthday edition of Chills and Thrills, where we're going to just watch a movie that means a lot to me, and that's the movie Jurassic Park. So me and Keelan, we're going to be watching Jurassic Park with our special guest of Austin from SPC Unleashed. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then Thursday will be Good Real Hunting's live stream, which what we're going to be doing is going to be my birthday stream. And I want to do a game night, which I love game nights. Everybody who follows Good Real Hunting loves to play games. And what better way to give to those people who have done a lot for me than to provide one of the best games in the YouTube circuit. And that is Destiny Faulkner's game of the Letterbox game, which is she's just going to read a crazy review off Letterbox, and you have to guess which movie that's from. It's very popular amongst people who follow her and Braden over on the Braden Timmons YouTube channel. And it's going to be brought over to Good Real Hunting on Thursday at 8 o'clock Eastern time. And I almost forgot to do my announcement, so I was very close to not mentioning my special announcement. If you want to watch WrestleMania for free, on my Discord link for the Good Real Hunting Discord, there is going to be a tab called Sports Auditorium, where I will be showing WrestleMania, and I will be like a broadcast analyst for that WrestleMania. So you'll get to hear me talk throughout that WrestleMania, and I will show you all WrestleMania, and you all will get the message in the chat too, talking amongst each other as the action's going on, and I'll read your comments as well. But I will provide WrestleMania for free on the Discord.
Wow.
Yeah,
Bryce,
wow. I'm gonna have to get in there. I'm gonna have to get in on
yeah.
that.
I did want to tell Bryce. Oh, sorry, Brett, man, you didn't answer yet.
Oh no, that's okay. And Chester, if you, or sorry, not Chester, Ashton, if you would share that Discord link one more time, and Bryce, I'll be sure to send it to you as well if you have any interest in hopping on. I'll be doing both nights, Saturday and Sunday, as an experimentation. So it'll be an experiment. It'll be a fun experiment. And then, so what is my WrestleMania match that should have been the main event? You all pretty much took the big ones I have, so I have to really think outside the box on this one, and I got two perfect ones. So let's see if you all would agree with me. The first one, there it is. Thank you. I'll just, and Mark, sorry I'm covering your face, my friend. You've been a trooper all night getting covered by those comments. So the first one that really came to my mind actually happened last year. Night 2, WrestleMania 41. I felt like the Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, and Io should have main evented because they freaking tore the house down, and no other match competed what they did. I'll be even honest with you, that might have been my second favorite women's match of all time, that triple threat. I thought it was absolutely spectacular. But my favorite women's match of all time is Sasha Banks versus Bayley at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. That is what we call the perfect women's wrestling match, in my opinion. It had everything for it. But my main answer is going to be WrestleMania 29. It should have been Undertaker versus CM Punk.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that. But
that's what I was gonna interject with.
It had the best entrances. It had the best wrestling. But like Undertaker's entrance with all those people like from NXT just called like brawling.
Oh, dude,
my favorite entrance of all time in WrestleMania history.
And that may have been his last great in-ring match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's my pick right there, is that WrestleMania 29 of CM Punk and Undertaker, because that match, chef's kiss, easily the best match of that night. Cody, do you have a question for me real quick? I thought you had a question.
Oh, well, I was going to bring that up to Bryce. I was like, Punk and Taker's another one, but I do want to ask mainly Mark, because he's older than us here. I'm not trying to bust him out, but but for everybody, what crowd, what Mania crowd do you wish you could have been in there for? Because
let's all answer that question.
For me, it would be obviously, like Bryce said, Hogan and Rock, because that's legendary already. But also from the way Edge talked about it, because he was there when he was a kid with Hogan Warrior at 6, and that was right before you and I were born, Brett, man. It was 3 months before I was born. I wish I could have been in the crowd, because everybody talks about that crowd like during that match like it was just pure electricity. And Hogan in Canada, for like those Manias in Canada, like there was something magical about that stuff.
If I was to pick, well, I was at one of them, and that was when Hogan slammed Andre. 93,000, boom, the other one I would pick would be, it would have to be Hogan and Rock. That would be the other one. I mean, there's so many different ones. I mean, WrestleMania 24, 30, 41. I mean, so many of them are big. But I mean, just being in Dallas alone in that stadium and hearing everything that's going on in those matches, that would have been awesome too. But yeah, those are the big ones that I wish I was, or Hogan Rock would have been one hell of one just to be there.
Oh God, yeah. I would pay anything. I would do anything to be a part of that.
Yes.
What other ones that I would personally do myself? I would easily love to be there for WrestleMania 17 for
That was my
TLC
answer.
2 and
That
Rock
was
and
my
Austin.
answer.
That would have been awesome to see. And I will also, for an honorable mention, I will also like to do WrestleMania 40 Night 2 to see Cody Rhodes finish his story and like that whole craziness of the main event. I would have loved to be a part of that crowd.
You could hear the crowd struggling to catch their breath. That's what I love
Oh,
so
it
much
was
about
so
that match.
great.
You can hear them so tired that when they're popping, you can hear them all collectively trying to catch their breath. Like they can't keep up with what's going
And the
on.
best part, it got better and better
better.
and better.
I do wish I could have seen Sean's entrance at 12 live on the zip line. Because that's just that image. That's right behind like those other two I talked about earlier with you guys, with Andre Hogan Mania 3 and then Austin Rock 17. The like those images. The next that behind the shot of like Sean with all with the lights and stuff coming down from the Raptors. That's those right there are probably my three most iconic images in wrestling like history.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm done. That's all I got.
Bryce, what were your answers? Sorry, I didn't mean
Definitely
to go in front of you, but
no, it's fine. It would definitely be 17. Again, like you said, 18, 40, 40 night 2. Just the main event alone, the crowd was just unbelievable. I've only been to one wrestling show. I got to go to Royal Rumble last year. What was it last year? Hold on, I got the booklet right here.
He got to go to Tampa.
Yep. I went to Tampa, and and I remember when I was there, I thought it was loud. I was like, yeah, this is a great crowd. And then when I went home, I realized that the crowd was very mediocre that night, and I was like, man, if it was mediocre and I had that much fun and it was that electric to me, I could only imagine what it would be like to be in an arena where it actually is, where it is. Because I went back and I watched it online after I got home, and it was apparent that it was not as loud as I thought it was. Mm-hmm. But when you're there, it definitely feels like, and maybe that's just
it's a different energy.
Yeah. I think it's definitely too. Is I think when you're in the moment and you're there, it's easy for it to draw you in. And so when I was there, I was like, oh my God, this crowd is going crazy. Everyone's having the time of their life. Then you go back and you watch it and you're like, okay, that was kind of lackluster. So WrestleMania 17, 18 were probably my go-tos. And then 40 honorable mention.
Yeah, definitely Mania 40 for honorable mention. Mm-hmm. But so all right, gentlemen, we have been streaming for 3 hours and 10 minutes, so I believe we are spent at that time. So we're gonna go ahead and close on out here. Cody, Mark, Bryce, thank you all so much for giving up 3 hours of your time. That is awesome. Again, I can go for personally another 3 hours and talk about wrestling. That's how much I love the wrestling business. For its highs and lows, I will always support WWE for as much as given us with great memories and especially WrestleMania memories. And hopefully we can create ourselves a WrestleMania moment of our own for this weekend for WrestleMania, especially for Cody, because somewhere you are in Vegas right now. So I know you're going to be having the time of your life this weekend. So hopefully it's the best WrestleMania ever. So we're going to go ahead and close out. Have a great night. Have a happy WrestleMania. And we will see you for a future Bert's Corner for another wrestling stream. See you all later. Good night, everybody.
Cheers.